Hola y bienvenidos a Modest Patos. Hi, welcome to Modest Patos. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
duck lore,
Duck Cronenberg, and DuckTales.
So Anna, thoughts on The Jungle Book? Underrated, overrated, boring?
Oh. Huh.
Because it's where it stems from, you know? At the core.
Yes. At the core, that is where it begins and ends. Shit, I really don't know. I don't know what the cultural, opinion on The Jungle Book is. I think pretty lukewarm is the general opinion.
I think so. I think for me, well, it's one of those movies for me that I don't think I've ever watched the original in English. I've only ever really watched it in Spanish. And I liked it in Spanish because Baloo is voiced by Tintan, who was like a very famous Mexican comedian. Mm-hmm. Every time I watch the movie, I would remember my dad, with his factoid, Tintan voices, and I'm like, yeah,
every
Dad.
Single time you watch the movie,
you have to tell me. I know.
You'll forget in between watches.
Yeah, and I remember I like parts of it, but it is a slow movie.
Yes. I mean, I like the songs, I think, are its strongest point.
The songs are amazing.
I was going to say Friend Like Me. That is not it.
No.
Louis' song. I Want to Be Like You?
I Want to Be Like You. Yeah.
And then Bare Necessities. God, I was blanked. I think there's more songs, but I think those are the two standout ones. The good ones.
Those are the two most likely to be turned into electro swing remixes.
I literally, in my mind, I am playing the electro swing I Want to Be Like You. So,
yeah, it's so good.
Yes. I think because I think parts of Jungle Book I think are good. Like Baloo is a really great character. Phil Harris does the voice, very good job. Bagheera's great. Shere Khan is scary.
Yeah. What's the saying?
Yeah, Ka has a song, but who cares?
I think that was one of those scenes where I'm just like,
And then the elephants
I hate
have a song too. Hate the elephants. Why are they British? One.
I think that's the joke.
It doesn't make sense because they're native to India. They're Indian elephants.
I don't know. I didn't get it as a kid. I don't get it now.
I don't get it now.
I just remember as a kid being scandalized by the fact that he left to the village at the end. I'm just like,
right. It's like, oh shit, you left?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And don't even get me started on Jungle Book too.
Yeah, I think does John Goodman voice Baloo in that one?
Oh, I don't know. Does he?
It sounds right to me. I'm not gonna check, but it sounds right to me.
All I know is that Tintan does the voice.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those movies that I don't know if it's anyone's favorite.
Yeah, it's not like Robin Hood, where Robin Hood was for furries, he was he was the one.
Yeah.
That started it all or whatever. Kovu from Lion King 2 was for other people.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of that happens for anyone in Jungle Book. No one's humanized. No one's anthropomorphic enough, I think.
And also they're parents.
Yeah, that's true. They're all middle-aged.
Yeah. And it'd be as a kid, you see Bagheera and you're kind of you're a party pooper,
Yeah.
And I don't know, yeah. And it's so funny to me that Talespin came out of Jungle
Yes,
Book.
it is bizarre. Like, already, so Disney makes Jungle Book, the animated Jungle Book based off Rudyard, fuck knows, Kipling, off his book from 1870, I think. So already, so we have this book. I think it's a children's book. And they're like, alright, let's make it animated. Yeah. And then the guys who made Talespin, they were given literally a deadline. Disney Animation were like, come up with a movie, come up with a show. And they were coming up on the deadline, and they're like, shit, we have no ideas. And they're like, wait, Jungle Book, what if we take these characters and do something absolutely batshit with them?
Yeah. I remember the first time I kind of, like, you brought it up, I was like, wait, so, like, it is Baloo from the Jungle Book? It's him?
Yes. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, explaining the plot of Talespin is insane. It's like, okay.
I vividly remember this because it was around finals week years ago, where you were like, what year did this take place in? Because we were trying to figure out if Baloo was, like, in the war.
If he served in World War I. If he could have.
Yeah.
We decided he could have.
Yeah. It was a whole conversation. I'm just like, that's so funny. Like, this is like an alternate universe that's like official.
Yes.
But you don't have all the characters though.
Disney created an AU of their AU?
Yeah.
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 So this welcome to Modos Patos. Today we're reviewing Season 3, Episode 21 of DuckTales, The Lost Cargo of Kit Cloudkicker. And, yes, we're going to get into a little bit of Talespin. What is Talespin, exactly?
Yeah.
We're going to get into a little bit of that. For those who have not seen the show, definitely recommend it. It is on Disney Plus and, free online in places. You can find it. All right, before we hop back into our extensive history of the show Talespin, we'll intro the Lost Cargo of Kit Cloudkicker. So the story for this episode is by Frank Angonis, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Magalhaes, Ben Simon, Bob Snow, and Tanner Johnson. It was written by Vince Zaparo, Kristen Gish, Victoria Harris, and Ben Holm. The storyboards are by Colleen Evanson and Tanner Johnson, and it was directed by Tanner Johnson. Ooh. For our watches, we have the solo, the solitary Benzino Rosso watch.
Wait, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
Wow. He's not here. I don't know who said pilots, and my thought was, yes, pilots. A lot of pilots.
We have a
convention of pilots. No,
they could have made Benzino. They could have made him a sky pirate.
Yeah,
they could have.
But they dashed our dreams.
They dashed our hopes.
Look up Benzino Gasolini on Google. Our names will pop up in the first page.
It's an honor. We brought this extremely obscure character into the limelight.
Yeah.
And forever our name is preserved alongside his.
Yes. And for all of our troubles, we were gifted nothing.
Nothing. Less than nothing. Poco Rosso, or the comic that would eventually, the manga that would eventually become Poco Rosso, was an 1989 manga, Hikote Jidai, by Hayao Miyazaki, about a pig-headed man who flies a seaplane and fights air pirates. Mm-hmm. And Talespin drew inspiration from this manga. And then 2 years after Talespin premiered, Miyazaki released the anime adaptation of this manga called Poco Rosso, which the writers of Talespin felt it took a lot of cues from their show. Mm-hmm. Though nothing was ever confirmed. Or no one, duked it out at a parking lot or anything.
But that's just, I guess, the circle of creative.
Yeah. I mean, they got ideas from the original manga, and then Miyazaki's like, might take some of those. You got them from me anyway.
Yeah.
Just take them back. Porco Roast was a fun watch. I enjoyed watching it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. It's short. It's short for I think for the Studio Ghibli movies. It was one of the shortest, I think.
Mm.
Now it is time for the game show within our podcast. It is now time for Duck or False. Alright, Faby, for your Duck or False question.
Mm-hmm.
Duck or False? Carl Barks wrote 2 episodes of Talespin.
I'm gonna say false.
It's false.
Okay.
It was actually Don Rosa.
Oh my god. Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He wrote, so also Don Rosa, famed Uncle Scrooge comic writer and artist, wrote episode 6. It came from Beneath the Sea Duck, and episode 9, I Only Have Ice for You.
Mm.
I watched these episodes and obviously came to the credits and I saw Don Rosa as a writer and I'm like, for a split second, and I was like, was that
who I think
was
it
that?
was?
No, it had to be another Don Rosa. It wasn't.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah, no, so I don't know how he got involved, or he just needed a paycheck
Yeah.
for something or other. But yeah, he wrote 2 episodes of Talespin.
Okay.
That was a fun little crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this episode, obviously, The Lost Cargo of Cloudkicker. It is... So, I mean, we've had Cape Suzette teased from the first episode of DuckTales. So the existence of Talespin, the Talespin universe being teased. But I don't think we've really gotten into what the Talespin show was.
Mm-mm. Like, if you know the show, then you kind of know what it's referring to, but...
Yeah.
It hasn't really been explained much besides that.
Yeah. Talespin was an animated series that first aired in 1990 and became a part of the Disney Afternoon. It was part of the core block alongside Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Goof Troop, Bonkers, all those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, at its core, as we said, it's an AU of an AU.
Yeah.
So it features most of the characters from Disney's 1967 Jungle Book, but they're completely anthropomorphized,
mm-hmm.
and they're put in a fully anthropomorphic animal world.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Baloo, Louie, and Shere Khan. I think those are the only ones, aren't they?
Yeah, because I think we've discussed how they couldn't make snake people be a thing.
Rumble for Ragnarok proved that wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, at the time, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna mess with that.
And
so
then,
there's no Ka.
And there's no Bagheera, which is the most upsetting thing.
There, especially since in the very first episode, Talespin has a 4-part premiere that was originally released as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Plunder and Lightning, and the first character we see is a panther that looks exactly like Bagheera.
Yeah,
but it's not Bagheera.
No,
it's just like it's a black panther that we see like that same character model like used a lot,
mm-hmm.
and none of them are ever Bagheera.
No, they just Bagheera's spirit is there, but he's never there. I never knew I wanted Bagheera so badly until he was denied.
I know. I think he would have been really interesting if they kept his say his party pooper mother henness.
Yeah, because he's such a nice foil to Baloo's. I guess you have Rebecca, but you can have 2 of them.
Yeah,
you can have drinks at the end of the day.
Yes, so Talespin is actually one of 2 animated series based on the Jungle Book, the second being Jungle Cubs, which...
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry to drop this on you. Jungle Cubs. Jungle Cubs was a 1996 animated series set in the Jungle Book universe about those characters as children. So Baloo, Bagheera, Kaa. I think the elephant guy.
Who cares about the elephant?
Shere Khan. I think
Somewhere
Louie.
out there, like someone's favorite like Disney character is that elephant.
Yeah. Captain, Commodore. God knows.
I just remember them marching.
Yeah, God knows. But yeah. And so Talespin. So what exactly is Talespin?
Mm-hmm.
So I've said it's an anthropomorphic animal world set in the 1930s. Mm-hmm. That's like a principal thing. That's never really explicitly stated, but there's no television. Everyone uses radios.
Yeah. And
it's clearly set during the early age of aviation.
Mm-hmm. Like you can tell just basically by like all the aesthetics.
Yeah. Yes.
Of the show, like what year you're basically on, and then they'll mention like a war or something.
Yeah, I think there's an episode where they mention the war or the Great War.
Mm-hmm. So you're
like once
okay.
they mention it.
Yeah. And
the city of Cape Suzette it looks a bit like San Francisco, and it has this very 1930s inspired Art Deco style. Mm-hmm. It's always very fun. Like the show is very well animated and very distinct. Which bums me out that it's kind of faded from most people's memories, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to things like Darkwing Duck.
Mm-hmm.
But so what is Talespin? So Baloo is he's an air cargo delivery pilot. So he's a bush pilot. Obviously pulling from his 1967 role, he is like a slacker. And he's an excellent pilot, but a shit businessman.
Yeah, like he doesn't really take himself or his basically like his job like too seriously in a sense. Like
yes, no, completely. Yeah. Like all he cares about is flying.
Yeah. And
in the premiere in the movie Plunder and Lightning, he meets Kid Cloudkicker, who is a young bear cub.
Yeah.
Who has kind of taken in with the Sky Pirates, because in this universe. We have Sky Pirates. This is where Don Karnage originated. Mm-hmm. I think the show had an aesthetic that was kind of similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark. A show that the creators specifically cited as inspiration was Tales of the Gold Monkey, a show that premiered in 1982, which was about the early 1930s, period of early aviation. The main character was a air cargo delivery pilot, like Baloo. Uh-huh. And so it was very much this, with pirates and planes and this very action-oriented adventure kind of show. Mm-hmm. That definitely was the inspiration for Talespin. Yeah. And that Talespin definitely has that very similar vibe. Talespin introduced characters like Don Karnage, the captain of the Sky Pirates. Mm-hmm. We have Rebecca Cunningham, who in the premiere, she is a young single mother and a businesswoman. Mm-hmm. Who not only buys Baloo's plane, she buys his company. Yeah. His air service. And becomes his boss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the premiere, Baloo meeting Kit and being kind of forced to work under Rebecca Cunningham forces him to start shaping up and be more responsible. Yeah. And that's that is the kind of catalyst for the rest of the show of Talespin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Talespin. I got back in, I watched a decent amount of it, but after this episode, I wanted to refresh my memory of it. Mm-hmm. I know, so you can watch it on Disney Plus or, wherever there's cartoons uploaded. Yeah. And I think it really does hold up. I have not watched all of it, so there might be a episode with racist stereotypes. Yeah. Or some other offensive stereotype. Mm-hmm. Or sex. I know there's an episode where Baloo and, Louie are, fighting over... the same woman, so I know that happened at some point. Yeah, but from what I've seen, it still holds up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know me, forever never watching things I'm supposed to be watching, but I did watch a couple of episodes that you showed me around the time we were watching DuckTales for the first time. Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah, and I liked it. I liked the concept of this alternate universe. Yeah. That's so well defined. It feels very they know the rules of their universe.
Yeah. That's what I would definitely recommend if you're gonna watch any of Talespin to watch the premiere. Mm-hmm. Because it sets up the world very strongly.
Yeah.
And eventually, when we begin our new podcast, once we finish with DuckTales, Amores Patos Face the Disney Afternoon, we will be covering the premiere of Talespin in depth. So stick around for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely wanted to do a quick intro about what Talespin is. Mm-hmm. If you never watched it before, even if you have, it is a fun show.
Mm-hmm. It has a really good theme song.
Yes. I think, where do you rank the Talespin theme song in, like, so DuckTales, Darkwing, Talespin? I think Chip 'n Dale's a pretty good theme song, too.
I don't remember it that well. Same with
Chip 'n
Gummy
Dale?
Bears, which you were singing earlier. I don't remember it at all.
Mm-hmm. Bouncing here and there. And everywhere.
I think I'm singing in my head
Something-
the Scooby-Doo theme song, which is
Shit.
not it.
Now Scooby-Doo's stuck in my head. A better theme song.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think, like, I feel like you could get away with playing the Talespin song, like, at a party.
I think so. Like, it's a bop.
Yeah,
Like, for
it's
sure.
a bop. Like, legit. It has, like, a very nice, like, breakdown in, like, the middle. It's very fun.
That's true.
Like, the Darkwing Duck theme song is very fun to scream sing in a car, which we do a lot. We used to do a lot.
We used to do. But it is very 90s.
Oh, yeah.
The
It
Darkwing theme.
screams 90s.
Yes.
I always love looking at the intro because it's like a music video.
It is. Oh
and
my
I
God.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love how they do, like, fun angles and the shadows, and I'm just like, this is like an MTV music video. Love that.
Oh, I remembered how the Chip 'n Dale theme song goes. Sometimes some crimes slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There we go. There's no case too big, there's no case too small. They're on it all. Chip 'n Dale.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
That's still down on the list for me. I
Woof.
have no emotional connection to this song. So I guess it's, I don't know. They're all very good in different reasons. I mean, DuckTales, like, it's just iconic.
Yes,
I love those trumpets.
I know. I think DuckTales is always my favorite, just because how it immediately starts.
Yeah.
Immediately gets me hyped.
Yeah. You know what this is about.
Yeah. I think Talespin is maybe second after DuckTales
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. DuckTales, Talespin, and Darkwing. Because Darkwing is very, like, yeah, like you said, it's very, like, 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, Talespin is just fun. I was listening to it before we recorded. It's just a fun song.
Yes, it is. Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention. I mentioned that Shere Khan is in Talespin, but I didn't say that he is an evil businessman.
Yes.
It's very important. He wears a suit. He's very
Yes.
menacing.
Mm-hmm. Which is just so funny. Someone
It's
said
hilarious.
that tiger from the Jungle Book.
Put him in a
business
suit.
suit. Yeah.
Make him a capitalist.
I should need to watch more Talespin.
Oh, you're gonna have to eventually when we review the premiere.
Oh, I know.
It'll be a while from now, though.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yes, so we got our Talespin introduction.
Mm-hmm.
So let us get into the episode we are genuinely reviewing. The episode opens up in the sky.
Beautiful, like, yellows and pinks and grays. It's
Yeah,
lovely.
we have a really nice color palette this episode. So I think mostly, a lot of the time when we're in the sky.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, this orange and like pinks and like you said. And we see first the sea duck,
Mm-hmm.
which is the plane from Talespin. This is Baloo's plane, and it is being pursued by sky pirates.
Mm-hmm. And we see, what's it called? Intercom?
Radio.
The radio. Stop. We hear a familiar voice.
Prepare
Prepare to be boarded by the Corsair of the Air.
Sorry, Dan. Gonna have to call you back. I'm a little busy at the moment.
You know my name is not Dan.
It is I, Don Karnage, who is keeping you busy.
What does he call himself?
The Corsair?
Corsair of the Air.
The dashing course. It's Don Karnage.
Yeah, it's Don Karnage.
Yes. He was, I think, one of my favorite parts of the episode. It's
Yes.
always great to have Jaime Camil in an episode.
Yes.
As Don Karnage. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen him for a while either. Right?
No,
when was the last time we saw him? It wasn't Glomtails, was it?
It might have been. I don't think we've seen him since then. We literally, I talk about these episodes one by one, and I will never be able to remember, all the episodes.
No.
My brain just doesn't work that way.
I think Glomtails maybe the last time. Because I think I'm questioning it because we recently rewatched Sky Pirates in the Sky.
Yeah, we did.
And that's making me second guess. But I think that is the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Yeah. That's a shame because Jaime Camil you can tell he has so much fun.
Yes.
Voicing him.
Yeah. He's a really good voice actor. I know we said before, I hope we said before, that he voices Panchito
Yes.
Pistoles in Legend of the Caballeros, and he does a fine job there.
Yeah.
So I do like him a lot more as Don Karnage.
Yeah, same. And I mean, you're Latinx. You probably watched the novela with him growing up because I know
Yes.
I did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Don Karnage is planning to board and, steal from Kit Cloudkicker, who we see as the pilot of the Sea Duck.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, sorry, Dan, I'm going to have to call you back. I'm kind of busy. And, you hear Don Karnage, outraged. He's like, my name's not Dan.
Yes. So we do get hints at a past that they share.
Yeah.
Though, to my bemusement and disappointment,
Yeah.
we don't know. We don't learn what that past is. We don't know how they know each other.
I think we've buried the lead a bit, that we haven't really mentioned our overall feelings for this episode.
We haven't.
There's a reason for that. It's that I don't want to be a bummer the whole time.
Yes.
But I didn't like this episode. Usually I'm I didn't, this episode was fine. There was part I didn't like it. I, straight up did not enjoy this episode. Except for maybe certain aspect. It's the Don Karnage bits that I,
Yes.
found funny.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I did not like this episode.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think. What do you think? Is a big part Kit himself?
It's Kit. It's also Dewey. I've tried to kind of lay back on the Dewey hate, but this episode I'm just shut up. I don't know. There was this kind of this annoying energy. Maybe it's the fact that I had to watch it twice today too, that it just even made me more annoyed. But I don't know. When I first watched it, I just I was oh, this is not what I thought the episode was gonna be.
Yes. I felt the same, definitely, in that regard.
Yeah. And I think this is more apparent to you, but even for me, who only watched probably 7 episodes of Talespin, I was just kind of who are these people? They're not the characters from Talespin.
Yeah, and I felt I originally had mixed feelings about comparing this episode to Talespin, but I mean, I guess it's fair considering this is the first time these characters, with the exception of Don Karnage, who was introduced earlier, this is the first time these characters have been back in animation for some quick math in my head, about 30 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it is fair to compare.
And I think it's fair to compare because everyone else has. Every other reference to another character has been compared, and you have been able to say, this is this character. And
I think, I mean, even as far as gummy bears, we got a little bit of gummy bears back in the confidential case files of Agent 22. Yeah, I mean, I think, I guess it is fair to compare.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it felt, I think, so we'll talk about Kit here.
Yeah.
So this is a adult Kit. This is Kit himself is now the pilot of the Sea Duck. And obviously in Talespin, Kit is perpetually 12.
Yeah.
Approximately in that show. He is Baloo's navigator and surrogate son in that show. And it is explicitly that. Kit is an orphan.
Yeah.
Until he meets Baloo. And they give Baloo and Kit most of the similar traits that Baloo and Mowgli had in Jungle Book. Nicknames being one of them. So Kit calling Baloo Papa Bear and Baloo calling Kit Little Britches.
Yeah. And there's a very, I don't remember the name of the episode, but, I think it's, a two-parter that's, very heavy on,
Stormy weather.
Yes.
It is a one-parter, but it is...
if you want, an in-depth, kind of father-son drama, but, I remember being oh my god, this is an actual episode of the show? Because it felt so, intense in a way. Because it deals a lot with, emotional stuff. And I was like, okay, Talespin, the AU of Jungle Book, you went there. Yeah, I think basically it has to do with Baloo being Kit's adoptive father. What's his role in Kit's life and deciding what he does with his life. And Kit wanting more independence but taking too many risks to get that independence. Yeah. Very good episode. I definitely recommend it. I think it's in the first 15 episodes of Talespin, at least on Disney Plus. And I think I mentioned it here just because, so obviously, again, we have adult Kit for the very first time. We've never seen him anything more than, we've only ever seen him as a child. Here, so Kit is voiced by Adam Pally, and he kind of takes on, we see more of a Baloo role. Yes. In how he behaves. And it's kind of contrary to Kit's character in the original Talespin, where he is, by and large, more mature than Baloo. Yeah. That's kind of the comedy of it, oh, here's this little kid kind of being the adult in the situation. And yeah, so I just kind of remember being I'm I don't think this is that person, Kit. I don't know, there was something of the first watch through that I'm remembering, just kind of being okay, they're not gonna really tell us. I don't know, my mind kind of went what event happened that would just so drastically change someone's personality like that in my mind. Yeah, because we have Kit kind of go through the arc Baloo goes through. That Baloo is irresponsible. Baloo is behind. We see he's behind on payments for his plane. He loses his plane to a savvy businesswoman and has to shape up. Which is interesting, assuming that the show's in the same universe as Talespin in some regard, that Kit is learning that same lesson that Baloo already did. That he helped teach Baloo. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so here, as we said, Kit is the pilot of the Sea Duck, and he's being attacked by Don Karnage and the Sky Pirates while he is carrying a suspicious cargo. So he has a chicken and a goat. I guess he's also carrying just 2 livestock. Yeah. Along with a crate, which is stamped with the label of fowl. And I remember for a moment being oh, the bird, fowl, and then I was no, it has to be fowl. I know, it's the fucking box. It's oh shit. Yeah. No, same. I'm oh, look, a bird. It's a fun joke. But no, it's Fiendish Organization for World Larceny. Yes. They want what's in the crate. Yeah, and we see when they're kind of, I wouldn't say driving, flying. It smashes against the wall and we get a peek of what's inside, and it's this blue crystal thing. Yeah, so suspicious. And Kit, in order to get the Sky Pirates off his back, he does a flip with the entire plane. Yeah. Because barrel roll, there we go, thank you. Because they've launched grappling harpoons to the plane.
and in doing the flip, he tangles the wires and then also, destroys Karnage's plane with the wing of the sea duck.
Yeah.
Like, knocks it clean out of the sky.
Mm-hmm. And in the barrel
pieces
roll,
like a Lego.
Yeah. The crate also, like, bursts open, basically, and reveals this, like, big, what is it called officially?
A stone?
A stone, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's a stone that has, like, it's almost like, is it a geode?
Oh, yeah, like a geode, yeah.
Yeah,
because like, we have to, like, break it open.
Yeah, it's mostly like a solid gray stone, except for the front that has been kind of cleaved open, and there's a crystal almost of a crystal carving, I guess, of a Bumbelion.
Yeah, I finally actually got a look at it because in my brain,
I would pause, and I'm like, yeah. There's a little antenna, and you can kind of see the wings.
Yeah.
So this is our first reference to the Wuzzles. I believe I've mocked the Wuzzles before. We did at length. That's right.
We did the 10 out of 10 Scrooges, and we talked about like all the reveals, and we saw the Wuzzles there.
Yes.
And you were just roasting.
Yes, because because it was for the Comic-Con 2019 Comic-Con. Yeah, where they revealed all of the season 2 art, and they revealed there was Rhinokey and Butterbear.
Yes.
That they revealed in the promo art, and then we fell down a rabbit hole of mocking all of the Wuzzles and their designs. So, what are the Wuzzles? I'll just get into it now.
Yeah.
The Wuzzles were a 13-episode series which aired from September to December 1985. It has the least amount of episodes of any Disney animated show, and it was the brainchild of Michael Eisner for his new Disney television animation studio.
Wow, amazing. Another great idea from
Michael Eisner. He also gave us Gummy Bears. That's him too. Just go away, Michael Eisner.
There's somehow like very specific aesthetics to them. Like I can see them being like the same person.
Gummy Bears and Wuzzles?
Yeah. They have kind of the same vibe to me.
They both have like a Care Bear. They're almost they're both almost not direct, but they are very much Care Bear ripoffs.
Yeah.
They have that vibe. So the Wuzzles themselves are animal creatures composed of half of one animal and half of another. So Bumbelion, Butterbear, Rhinokey, all the others I made fun of before. I watched one episode of the Wuzzles because I'd never seen it before. I watched, I guess, the first episode. They're all on YouTube because Disney does not care. I watched episode 1, Bowls of a Feather, and it was the most boring shit I had ever seen. Not even bad. Like, the animation was fine. Yeah. But there's a narrator throughout the episode that was so bland, and the actual characters' voices were so bland that I kept confusing who was speaking.
Yeah.
Because when the narrator spoke, I'd be looking for what character was speaking, and it would be the narrator.
Oh no, because usually, like, I feel like Disney narrators always have a specific tone to them. So that's bland. That's bad, yeah.
So bland. I don't know if that was why it was I assume it was cancelled, no more episodes were made.
Yeah.
I know the Wuzzles was more popular in the UK, because I believe they released the Wuzzles and Gummy Bears, like, together.
Oh.
Like in a block. And so... Yeah. Apparently, it was more popular there. That obviously didn't help it get more than 13 episodes. And I think it's obviously largely passed into obscurity, which is why it is pretty fun that the show just referenced them.
Yeah.
Though I do wish they had done more with the like beefed up amalgamations that they gave us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they just kind of end up getting abandoned.
Yeah. Well, Butterbear flew off to, I guess, drown somewhere, but...
Oh my god, I was gonna say...
She flew off in the opposite direction of the island. I don't know where she's going. Just be like Mothra.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have a Mothra moment or something. I don't know.
She already had her Mothra moment. She was in a cocoon.
I haven't seen Mothra. I don't know.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Point is, a stone that
Yes.
will always remind me of the blue monkey from Looney Tunes back in
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
That's a great movie. I don't care what anyone
Fantastic
says.
movie. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser plays a stunt double that was in The Mummy more than Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, I love that.
It's Warner Brothers trying to do Roger Rabbit. Not as good as Roger Rabbit, of course, but not bad either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think like it's one of those movies that's like seared into my brain because I watched it as a kid.
Same.
Like, I love the Walmart like scene that's like Area 51, Area 52, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like every time I see a Walmart, I'm just like Looney Tunes back.
Yes.
Nice of Walmart to provide these Walmart beverages in return for us saying Walmart so many times.
But yeah.
Yeah, so Kit destroyed the Sky Pirates' planes, and we see Don Karnage in a parachute.
Mm-hmm. And he's
cursing his name.
Yes. He
I mean,
also, we didn't say, but they had like, Don Karnage always has a lot to say, and Kit was very much like, I can't hear what you're saying.
Yes, oh no, yeah, we didn't talk. Yeah, he lowers the window of the Sea Duck, like slowly, like you do with the little crank window.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. Could you repeat everything you said from the beginning?
Never mind, I'm just gonna wreck your shit.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Kit pretty expertly, I would say, destroys these Sky Pirates' planes. Mm-hmm. Which made me question like a plot point that's introduced later.
Yeah, I just kind of realized that too. Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Sky Pirates, obviously, it just makes me laugh after watching so much Talespin. The Sky Pirates there have guns. Like, their ships, they look like these, but they have guns. Like, they are, the Sea Duck is constantly getting shot at.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Which is hilarious, because it's not allowed anymore, obviously. No. But Talespin was off the rails, and had the Sea Duck constantly getting bullet holes in its sides. And so, as we said, we don't get much of Kit, and we don't get any of Kit and Don Karnage's backstory here, why they're rivals, why Karnage, we learn, considers him his second greatest enemy. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, I was like, that's a fun dynamic to explore. But, I mean, it doesn't go any deeper than that, really.
It doesn't, no, which I think is interesting just because in the original Talespin, Kit was a former Sky Pirate. Mm-hmm. That the whole, his arc, basically, in the premiere is having the courage to, like, leave the pirates.
Yeah.
But then also to, like, learn to trust other people. Like, he learns to trust Baloo and Rebecca Cunningham.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that, that they don't really give any substance to Kit and Karnage's
rivalry.
Rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, is it just Don Karnage has a rivalry?
Yes, yeah. His one-sided rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah. We get, what does he do? Oh, yeah, we get Kit kind of, like, celebrating that he managed to do this, like, destroy the Sky Pirates plane, and he's like, like, I can't believe that worked, who's the terrible pirate now? Everyone. Mm-hmm. And then,
he leans back in his seat, and he uses a crowbar to keep the
oh no.
The yoke?
I think it's the yoke.
Yes, and Kit uses a crowbar to keep the yoke in place, to keep the plane flying straight, which is something Baloo often did in Talespin.
Yeah, and we got this, like, flash, like, blue flash of light.
Mm-hmm,
and we get, like, this, like, horror, like, crawling point of view for a little bit. And then we see this horrible half chicken, half goat creature emerge.
I realized that it was a whole crate full of chickens, like plural chickens, because there are 6 wings there.
Oh yeah.
I think there were 3 chickens. All 3 chickens and the goat merged
Yes.
into this one horror show.
Yes. So it's like goat head, but like instead of a snout, it's the beak. And we got like the goat legs, right?
Goat legs, 6 wings. It looks like a demon.
Yeah, I mean, goats already have like really freaky eyes.
Well, they're terrifying. I'm getting very much like "Wouldst thou love like to live deliciously" vibes from this thing.
This is a demon, a creature.
Yes.
I mean, like, I can't blame Kit for then opening.
The cargo bay door. Yeah, he panics because the thing attacks him, and he pulls the lever. The whole cargo, the bay door opens, and all these crates. What are we calling this thing?
I don't know. I just realized it like drowned in the ocean.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, right. This thing died. It drowned or it fell and died from the impact of falling thousands of feet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to assign this thing a Weasel name.
All the names are bad. Like Chote.
They are. Wait, no, it needs to have like some signifier of what it is. So chicken goat. Chigoat?
Chigoat is the best because I hate Chote.
It's awful. Chigoat. We did it.
Chigoat, yeah.
And so the Chigoat falls to his death. It smacks into the blue monkey. Sorry, the the blue Bumbelion stone.
Yeah.
And it falls like because it seems like Baloo's just. Oh, sorry. It seems that Kit.
It's blue.
It seems like Kit is just flying over ocean. Mm-hmm. So the Chigoat and the cargo he was supposed to be delivering, the blue Bumbelion stone, fall, presumably into the middle of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. And Kit immediately knows he fucked up.
Yep.
And
Chigoat. I'm proud of that. It's good.
So then we like flash a couple of years forward, right?
Yeah, which I didn't get at all until they explicitly tell us that it's been years.
Yeah. I'm so used to seeing like a couple years later. Like
yeah, we don't get that.
Yeah.
So we get this one wide shot of, I presume it's the coast be outside, like immediately outside of Cape Suzette, because we don't see Cape Suzette, which I thought was the biggest fucking tease.
Yeah.
That we've had Cape Suzette name drops as the first episode, and we still never get to fucking see it.
Yeah, we don't get to see like inner city like Cape Suzette. We just kind of see like the outside.
All we get is the hire for hire, like pier, like the dock and the building of the business itself. And we see the Cape Suzette cliffs. Mm-hmm. It's a major plot point of the premiere of Talespin of Plunder and Lightning that Cape Suzette is surrounded by cliffs that are defended by cliff guns to keep pirates out of the city. We don't get to see Cape Suzette. I assume it's just to the right, but we're not going to see it because I assume we're inside the cliffs. We're not outside of them.
And then we cut to a proud parent moment. Della's recording, like, I guess Dewey's first pilot, like...
Yeah, like solo piloting?
Yeah, and she's very like, oh, like, sweetie, you're doing great, you know, this is, like, a great job, like, she specifically says, you know, that he's keeping the plane very steady, there's a lot of wind resistance, just very proud of how steady he's keeping the plane.
Yeah. Which, I mean, considering it's a massive cargo plane and he's 12, good job.
Yeah. And then we see, like, her pan to Huey, who is strapped on, and, like, he has a helmet on, you know, obviously.
That says safety boy.
Yeah, who doesn't?
It's very important. The helmet says safety boy.
I love that. Yeah.
Because he is a safety boy. So, I mean, we're introduced to the fact that Dewey has been taught, that Della has been teaching him how to fly the Sun Chaser. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in typical Dewey fashion, he's he's already kind of bored with, like, I guess, like, the elementary, you know, keep a plane steady lesson.
Yeah, how heavy are planes? 3 ton? Is that too much? Is that too little?
I think that's...
God knows.
It might be too little. I don't know.
I think an elephant is 2 tons. It's probably too little.
Yeah.
A massive cargo plane in the air. And he's doing that well. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's too boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he says, you know, like, anyone can do that. Like, you know, I don't want to do, like, the death-defying tricks already. And Della's like, no, like, this is fine. Like, this in itself that you're learning how to do this is special enough. But, you know, we know Dewey at this point.
Yeah. But first we get Huey telling us about the MacGuffin of the episode.
Yes.
And it is a familiar one.
Mm-hmm.
The next missing mystery is the Stone of What Was, a relic with mysterious properties. Finch's journal cryptically claims of the stone, what was once two becomes anew. The good news is someone already found it.
And he's like, you know, like, the good thing is, you know, someone already found it. And Della's like, oh, yay! And he's like, oh, but the bad news that Val was the one that found it. She's like, oh. He's like, but the good thing is they lost it. And she's like, oh my god, what a roller coaster.
Yeah. And we see on the same page that Huey has open, we see the Stone of What Was, the Papyrus of Binding, and Circe's Medallion. Oh, what was the episode? Circe's Medallion is from the DuckTales episode Home Sweet Homer.
Oh, wow, your mind.
My mind, I remember that. I'm very proud of that. Where Circe is the villain of the episode.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a decent episode. Scrooge and the nephews go back in time.
Ooh. I don't remember it at all.
No, don't even worry about it. So even Finch's journal of the missing mysteries is very vague as to what the Stone of What Was does.
Yes. And so Della kind of, okay, you know, like, are you ready to land the plane to Dewey on your own? And he gets very excited, and she's like, you know, like, safely without any showboating, like...
Pilot to co-pilot, you ready to land this puppy on your own? Safely and without showboating?
Really? Clipping my wings here, Mom.
See, there's nothing wrong with a nice, basic landing.
Basic?
And he's, like, doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
And then Huey is like, you know, great job, Dewey. Like, there's nothing wrong with a nice, basic landing.
And Dewey takes extreme offense to that.
Yeah. And he, like, pulls on the yoke, so now they're going really fast. They're basically, like, skipping on the water.
And heading straight for, like, the dock, the pier, where...
Yeah.
That was the destination.
Yeah, and at this point, I think they start, like, basically, like, drifting.
Yeah.
And Huey just starts, like, yelling, like, you know, like, not basic, like, normal, simple, plain, ordinary. And Della's like, you're making it worse. Huey, like, there's no gravity at this point.
Yeah, Huey, like, floats out of the restraints, out of the seatbelt, and, like, he's, like, floating up the side of, like, the bulkhead of the plane.
Yeah.
And they hit something, like I said, he does, like, Dewey, like, does, like, Tokyo drifting on water with the I was gonna say sea duck, the cloud chase, what's this fucking plane called? Sun Chaser, whatever.
Cloud Slayer.
And, yeah, whatever. He Tokyo drifts into like a spot because these are all obviously seaplanes. But he does hit something. We see wood flying.
Yeah, he probably hits like another dock.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably like a boarding area.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because he basically, like, I don't know about driving, but parallel parking.
He Tokyo drifts into there. That is not parallel parking. Parallel parking takes finesse.
Yeah.
That's not it. He Tokyo drifts into there.
Yeah.
And interesting, like, he doesn't, like, get in trouble.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Despite Della explicitly telling him to land the plane safely and, calmly.
I guess that all happened really fast, but at that point, I shoved the kid off the seat and I take control.
Yeah, can't you take control back?
I would have thought.
There's two
yeah.
yolks or whatever.
I don't know. Is it one of those... I always think of the scene in Cat in the Hat when they're all driving the car and they're all going in a circle. But yeah, I mean, Huey falls off the roof.
Yeah, and his helmet splits down the middle, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Because there isn't really much conflict in this episode beyond what Dewey himself creates.
Yeah.
And then doesn't really get any consequences for. I think specifically here, like, deliberately disobeying Della and then damaging the plane pretty severely.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's not really addressed the fact that, like, by the end of the episode, the plane is basically, like, underwater.
Yeah, we see something, like an engine blows or something. There's smoke coming out, and the plane starts to sink.
Yeah.
And they just kind of let that happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. We kind of get this little shot of, like, Dewey looking at the plane, I'm assuming. Kind of like, oof, you know. But Della, like, does not react to that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, they get off the plane, and they're walking towards, we see the air service. It's higher for hire.
Mm-hmm. And it has a lot of notices taped up to the front door.
Oh, there's an eviction notice right on top.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't see inside, like, the office.
Mm-mm.
We see just through the window. There's a little model of the Sea Duck hanging in the window, and a television.
Yeah. That knows when you're talking about it, so then it starts playing the pre-recorded video.
Yes.
According to an intercepted foul transmission, the pilot who was hired to transport the stone was someone named...
King Cloudkicker, owner and ace pilot. And I'd like to welcome you to Hire for Hire.
I feel like I know that guy.
A cargo company started by legendary pilot Baloo von Brunwald and his team. Now run by his radical sidekick turned super dependable pilot, me, King Cloudkicker. Thank you for hiring us to take you higher.
Now this is special.
And we get this this commercial that is like that pulls the whole commercial is basically a reference to the Talespin intro.
Yeah.
And we get our one, or not our only reference to Baloo, but the only time we see Baloo in the episode.
But Della and Huey walk away before this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think Della says that the pilot kit looks familiar, but after that they walk away.
Yeah, because they see like a clothesline leading down to like the docks itself, so they follow that. And Dewey is the only one who steps up and continues watching the rest of the recorded message.
The commercial.
Yeah, commercial. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, Baloo. I was surprised to see him, to be honest.
I was surprised. Yeah, I did not think we would see Baloo, but we do see him. He is, I think he is called by Kit the former owner or proprietor of Hire for Hire. Mm-hmm. And we get Baloo's full name, Baloo von Brunwald, which is a reference to an episode, The Balooist of the Blue Bloods, where Baloo learns he's the descendant of some extremely rich person. Wow. And he gets this big inheritance that he ends up losing at the end of the episode.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was a fun reference to his last name that we learned in that episode.
And yeah. You know, here he says, you know, now the company is run by his sidekick turned dependable pilots. Me, Kit Cloudkicker.
Yes. And again, in a continued homage to the original Talespin intro, we get a young Kit and Molly Cunningham, who was the 6-year-old daughter of Rebecca Cunningham, flying down on Kit's airfoil.
Yeah. It's very cute.
Yeah, Dewey is specifically seeing this last scene of Kit on the airfoil, which is an item that defies all laws of gravity and physics and makes no sense, but it's fine because it's a cartoon. So
yeah. It's fun to just watch it. I'm like, I don't know how this works. I'm not gonna question it. It's just cool.
It's like a similar vein to the hoverboard in Back to the Future and Treasure Planet. What's this? what's his first fucking name? Jim Hawkins, like solar scooter or whatever it is he has. It's not a scooter. Solar sail or whatever it is he has. Mm-hmm. It's like, who knows what this works? Looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it makes all the kids watching the show kind of jealous, because you're like, I would like to do that, too.
And Dewey really wants to do that. This is his new obsession.
Yeah, he gets these big, like, eyes that we see the shot of him just like, oh my god. And yeah, he wants to be this. He wants to do this.
So we have Huey and Della following the clothesline. There's so much clothes on this clothesline. Whose clothes is this? It's not kids. There is like a whole store's worth of sweaters and shirts hanging on this.
Not washed laundry in about 2 months.
It's 2 months worth of clothes, and it goes up like 20 feet in the air. How is he getting any of this down?
Oh my god. I mean, maybe he's not. It's just for the aesthetic.
I mean, just put flags. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's so much clothes. Why is there so much clothes?
Oh my god.
But we follow this extremely long clothesline down to Kit, who is asleep in a hammock surrounded by beer bottles and banana peels.
The breakfast of champions.
I like that they are glass bottles.
Yeah.
Like, because he drops one in a second and it shatters.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then this. Where does Huey get the manners to pick up an apple core and throw it at someone?
At a stranger.
Yeah.
At a sleeping stranger.
I would have woken up swinging. Like, what the fuck?
Like, I would see Della doing this.
Yeah.
Not Huey, but yeah,
No.
Huey picks up a eaten apple core
Yeah.
and throws it at Kit when he doesn't respond to them calling his name.
Mm-hmm.
And they stay like a good 10 feet away from him too.
But no. Kit is immediately like, oh my god, like, you're not with the bank, right?
Oh, you're not with a bank, are you? I know the payment on the plan was due on the 4th, and today it's the 10th. But, in my defense, if you look at it from my perspective, I am very bad at math.
Like, I think they're immediately not impressed with him.
Oh no, absolutely. Like,
yeah.
Because we'll see that his manner of talking, he makes himself a lot bigger than he is, and you can tell that he thinks he's like really smooth about it. But Della immediately like clocks him.
Yeah.
Like, you could see immediately that she's like, yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah. But Kit recognizes Della.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets up and he has a beer bottle tucked in his pilot's jacket, which he takes out and just drops, and it shatters. And he recognizes Della because they went to flight school together. Mm-hmm. But she does not remember him.
No, it's that funny moment. Because Huey, he's still, straight business. We have some questions for you. And, Kit is immediately like, I know you, from flight school. And she's like, yeah, I totally know you, but...
Yeah. And he tries to remind her. He has a story about how he borrowed her pencil, forgot to give back her pencil.
And then he says, I was the super cool cloud kicking guy that was always doing these tricks on his skyfoil. And that's when she remembers who he is.
I guess he had the they call it a skyfoil. It's called an airfoil in the original Talespin.
Yeah, I think he calls it a skyfoil.
He had it tucked in his jacket, and he it unfolds when he takes it out, and he brandishes it in the air. And Della remembers him because he apparently had I'm not sure if it was mean, but the nickname of Kit Sky Prancer.
I think it was kind of mean because of his reaction of he's kind of goes he does that eye twitch moment, and he brings down the cap of I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I hope they never hear it again. Yeah, and Della says that she never remembers seeing him fly a plane, which is weird considering they were in flight school. What the fuck else were they doing? I'm not sure what's entailed in flight school, but I assume flying a plane is part of it.
Yeah, he somehow always got out of it, I'm assuming.
I guess. But Thatch remembers that he was very good at the cloud kicking thing. Mm-hmm. That's what they call it. I'm not sure if they ever give it a name in the original Talespin.
Oh, is that just like a thing he does?
I can't remember if they ever say like what it is he's doing. I'm sure they do at some point. Mm-hmm. I think Kit gives himself. I assume he gives himself the last name Cloudkicker because he's an orphan.
Yeah.
So it could just be what he calls it because it's his. He came up with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Della's like, she remembers being impressed by him, she's like, you were like a graceful gazelle. He's like, are you still like doing it? And he's like, no, like I grew out of it. Became an ace pilot.
Yeah, he'll say that a lot.
Yes. Della immediately brings up Molly Cunningham, and she's like, no, she was an ace pilot. And she's like, like you guys grew up together. How is she doing?
Yeah, and the way Kit responds, it seems like they're not close.
Yeah.
Because he gets defensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he says, that we both grew up and moved on to better things. And he will keep insisting that he's doing great. And right here he says, like we're both doing pretty good. And Della and Huey gonna look at each other like, like rude.
I know you basically just met this guy.
Yeah, getting red. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I find it interesting that just the Molly mention, since Molly in the original series was 6 when Kit was 12, mm-hmm. and they immediately form a brother-sister connection.
Yeah,
there. I guess that wasn't translated over here.
Yeah, I think this was another moment where I was just kind of like, oh, I guess you separated them. Because, from the few episodes that I saw, I remember being kind of amazed or, like, impressed that they didn't go for the, like, little boy hates little girl thing. The Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Webby dynamic. Yeah, they never went for that. They just kind of went, oh, I have a little sister now. We're cool.
I think similarly, I was really impressed by how they handled that dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because right away in the original in Plunder and Lightning, Kit is very kind to Molly. Like he's immediately playing with her and interacting with her, and just treating her like a little sister. Especially coming off of original DuckTales, where Webby is like a nag and the boys hate her and you hate her too.
Yeah.
It was definitely a really nice change of pace. Mm-hmm. But yeah, obviously here they grew apart, or that dynamic wasn't carried across.
Okay, it makes me question, if this universe started off the same as the original Talespin universe, mm-hmm. what happened that kind of, I guess, divided them in that way?
Yeah.
Or did they just never get to that point in the DuckTales universe? It's kind of what I question. I'm like, I don't really know which one I prefer, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, I get that they're adults with adult problems, but it still feels weird that they would grow apart, really.
Yeah, I think because all we've had is this original series where this dynamic is so prevalent. Like, this is the basis of what this episode is pulling inspiration and reference from. And yeah, it does seem a bit strange to divorce it so entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Dewey here teaching us why dangerous stunts are no longer played on television for children, because they will copy them and injure themselves.
Yes, as a child that immediately ignored WWE's "do not try this at home."
Yes,
you will break your parents' bed, and it will be bad, and you will hide it for 10 years until they get a new bed.
Are you speaking from some sort of experience, Faby?
Yeah, I straight basically power bombed my brother. But that's the thing, we would always play wrestling on the bed and just kind of like never go through with the moves.
Yeah.
But that time, I guess I got enough force where I did. And I like basically like, it was a Batista bomb at the time, like a power bomb, straight back. And our bed, like, the bed had like wheels, and we know that one of them shattered. Luckily for us, it was like kind of a wheel that was in the corner, but
so you could just hide it.
Yeah, we could just kind of hide it. You couldn't see that it was like in two parts.
Yeah.
And then years later, I think my brother broke another one, but we were already gonna get a new bed. But
that's why I say, kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah,
and then they do it anyway.
I vividly just know, like, in bounce castles, like at parties, it would just turn into like a wrestling arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
no holds barred.
No holds barred. I always hated it because I wanted to fight too, but no one would let me because I was a girl. But I remember
sexism in the bounce castle.
Yeah, I vividly remember them trying to like basically like flip the bounce castle over at some points.
Did they succeed?
They did at one point. Yes.
Dang. Yeah.
Though there was a time where in another cousin's house, their house is like in a hill, and they would place the bounce castle.
Did the brincolin roll down the hill?
No.
Damn
but
it.
I was always scared that because there was like a little ledge that they would place it on.
Oh god.
So I was always scared that they would flip it off. So just like, I'm leaving if y'all
just roll down the hill.
I'm leaving. But yeah, kids do dumb shit.
Oh my god, entirely. And Dewey does that dumb shit.
Yeah.
How does he even get so much air? Like, it's a trash can lid with a handle. I feel like that would get in the way.
It would. But he does it down the...
He slides down, like, the incline on the pier, and then up, like, a pile of, like, a loosely shaped pile of thing that gives him that he's able to leap off, and he gets air.
Mm-hmm. And he
flies over everyone's heads.
Yeah, and he slams right into the higher for higher sign.
Yeah, and to the reaction of no one.
Yeah.
Like, he has a concussion now.
He's concussed the whole episode. That's the thing. He falls on the hammock, so by cartoon logic, he's fine.
Yes.
The only reaction we get is from Kit, who's impressed.
And kick a cloud! Ha! Woo! Nailed it! I've always loved cloud kicking, or whatever it's called. It's how I do it!
Woohoo! That was awesome!
Yeah, even though there's nothing impressive about that, considering he slammed into the sign and gave himself brain damage. Yeah, nothing from anyone else.
No.
Like, Della and Huey watched this happen.
Della.
Don't they blink a couple times.
Della, I love you, but you can reprimand your children.
You reprimand this one specifically. Because Dewey immediately, like, he sees Kid, and he's like, oh my god, you're that kid from the video I saw, which, who I have now idolized for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me be your sidekick.
Yes. Teach me everything you know. And Kit's immediately like, yes, you're right, like, I'm the established ace pilot, you're like the sidekick, we're just gonna be like me and Baloo. Like...
And that hurt me in my corazon.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it, Anna?
I don't know why I think this, because obviously DuckTales has done a really, really, really great job in basically rebooting Darkwing in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Goof Troop.
Goofy.
My father.
Yeah. Yes, oh my god, our father. Who art in Goof.
The Catholic in me was like, who are you?
I'm like, I was barely Catholic. is Episcopalian Catholic? I don't think it is.
No.
It's Episcopalian. That's different. I am Catholic, I guess, via association by being Latinx, but
yeah,
I did technically go to mass for 6 years. Recall none of it. Retained none of it. So I'm good.
We just came off of like a Holy Week, so I always say that.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. The spring break usually is.
Oh, fuck Easter.
Easter, yes. There's
Passover.
something about blasphemous during Holy Week that just hits. And I always say that being like Italian Catholic and Mexican Catholic are different things.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes.
Because remember, the Spaniards stole a lot of the native, like, indigenous culture and said, it's Catholic now.
This is Catholic now. I mean, in part of their efforts to convert, they're like, okay, this stuff you believe in, it's Catholic now. Because we said so.
Yeah, that's why, like, I feel like in Mexican Catholicism, it's the Virgin Mary first.
Yes.
Then Jesus, and then God. No, yeah. then the saints, and then God.
Yes.
Yeah. And it all stems from the fact that the Virgin Mary in Mexico was based off... They basically combined the myth of Tonantzin, which was the goddess of... What is she the goddess of? I think the moon? Yeah. Point is, the hill where, like, the famous, like, churches in Mexico City was like the place where you would pray to her. And they were like, that's the Virgin Mary, actually. And they were like, oh, well, we love her. That's just another version of her. I'm simplifying it a lot, obviously, but yeah. Yeah.
How did we get on this subject? Oh, I started quoting. Yeah.
Yes.
That's on me. Let me wander back to my topic. Yes. I mean, DuckTales has so far, I mean, we haven't had a problem with how they've rebooted or included various other shows in the Disney afternoon. Obviously, yeah. Darkwing is a big part of the show, and we love how they rebooted him. In terms of bringing in how they brought in Negaduck, how they introduced Drake Mallard, and even Goofy in the minor role that he played. We really liked how they introduced him, and the part he played was extremely significant. Both to the character of Goofy and into what a Goofy movie helped make him into, and then into even for the episode itself in Quack Pack. The episode, not the show. Quack Pack. And I don't know why I think how they've included Talespin sits so wrong with me compared to how I think especially compared to how well they did the previously mentioned like reboots, soft reboots. Yeah, I don't know. We've discussed this, and I also like thought about it. I'm like, was it the hype before the episode that set weird expectations? But I think also the show itself, like we said earlier, set certain expectations. Like, for example, Molly. I expected her to be in the episode. Yeah. And she's not. She's not. She gets name dropped here, and then we see her at the very end for less than a minute. Yeah. Like, I don't know if anyone is going to connect to this, but I vividly remember saying to Anna multiple times that I was excited for the episode because I was excited to see what art Lizette Carrera, amazing artist, would make, because she really likes Talespin, and she was like, I'm excited to draw Molly as Danger Woman, because we saw the outfit in Comic-Con. And there was, like, no Molly content. No, which... I feel there were a lot of pieces here to make something that felt more in the vein of Talespin. Like, if they were to, like, obviously, in paying more homage to the episode format of Talespin, which is a much more, so having much more of an Indiana Jones kind of vibe. Yeah. In a way different from DuckTales. In a way, I guess more like, what was it, the in a way that was more heavily reliant on the aviation, like this like serial adventure kind of show that Talespin was more heavily influenced by. And because Molly's design herself, and we'll just talk about it here, Molly's updated character design is obviously inspired by the Danger Woman persona, as you mentioned, Faby, that was introduced and showed up in multiple episodes of Talespin. Danger Woman was a radio show that Molly would listen to. It was about where Danger Woman was a crime fighter, and Molly would throughout the show, she would dress up in a homemade Danger Woman costume with a little red cape. And so obviously here they've made Molly apparently a pilot, and also like a stunt pilot.
I thought she's a stunt pilot, kind of like, I don't know, Evel Knievel. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think right. Like, I mean, even the outfit, like the white suit with the red and blue.
Yeah.
But obviously we get the brief mention that she's an excellent pilot, and then we see her very briefly at the end. And I don't know. I mean, she was one of the main characters of Talespin, and so I would have liked to see her more included. But so obviously Dewey wanting to become Kit's sidekick because the cloud kicking is his new thing. He wants to do this now. This cool new, exciting,
unique
thing.
Yeah. And I guess Kit he wants to be the mentor. I guess that's his thing now, because I don't know, I guess to me it's like adult problems, adult insecurities, and it like bums me out. But
like he wants to become the mentor to like prove
that he's a good pilot. He's a good
like I guess like Baloo was, like he wants to be the Baloo to Dewey's him. Yeah. Even though that really wasn't his and Baloo's relationship.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was specifically the point, that you didn't like the wording of them saying like sidekick relationship. You were like, that is your father, Kit.
Yeah. I think that, and then it'll be a bit later, but Kit calling Dewey Little Britches.
Oh yeah.
Just using it as like a fun little nickname, when it's always been specifically like Baloo's nickname for his adopted son.
Yeah.
In both 1967 Jungle Book and the original Talespin. So it felt almost like cheapening what that was. It's like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah, because it's not like Dewey is his son, like, figure. It's not. It's just like the sidekick, kind of like, I don't know, pet project. You're gonna help me boost my ego a bit.
Yeah. But so Dewey convinces Kit to teach him how to cloud kick, and he tries to like do a flip on the skyfoil while on the ground, and he just falls into the water.
Yeah.
And he climbs back up onto the pier, and Huey tries to bring him back on track.
Yeah.
And asks Kit if he remembers delivering the Stone of What Was, shows him the drawing from Finch's journal.
Oh, that, yeah. It was a long time ago. Some old buzzard hired me to deliver it, but it was lost in transit when I was attacked by sky pirates. Definitely not due to any negligence on my part.
Not before Della takes offense that he no longer wants to be a pilot.
Yes. She, through gritted teeth, tells herself to support her son.
But yeah,
it's just a phase, Della. It's fine.
Yeah, he'll like get over it in like a couple of hours.
Yeah. And
yeah, so Kit kind of plays it off like, yeah, you know, I deliver a lot of things. You're gonna have to tell me, be more specific about what it is.
Yeah, I think they show him the drawing, and he's like, oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
I think it says that he lost it when he was attacked by air pirates, and definitely not on any negligence on his part.
Yes. And he mentions that this, you know, some old buzzard is the one that contacted him to deliver it.
Yeah, but he never did. That he lost it.
Yeah.
And Della's like, all right, well, can you give us your flight logs? so that we can, find out where it fell.
Yeah.
But he doesn't keep flight logs.
No.
So she'll have to hire him to take them there.
Yeah. And she's immediately like, no, I'm not getting on that, like, junk airplane at all.
Yeah. And we see the plane next to them, like a panel literally goes flying off.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's like a loose spring. Do planes have springs?
I guess they do now.
And there's about 20 seagulls sitting on it.
Yeah, they're just chilling. God. And Kit is immediately like, okay, then, I mean, your plane isn't looking any better than mine is.
The plane is half sunk.
Yeah.
It is half submerged in the water.
Yeah, and no one seems to be worried about that.
No, you're gonna need a crane to fish that out.
Yeah. Oof. So, yeah.
But, Della agrees to let Kit fly them there.
Mm-hmm. And we immediately cut to them in the sky. And yeah, it's very pretty, like these blues, pinks, and yellows. And like the plane is rocking. You can see it a little
it's like
bit.
rattling. Yeah.
And we have inside Dewey's like trying to do flips on the foil. Huey is like on a seat just kind of yelling to himself that like planes are the safest way to travel. And Della is like slouching on another chair, upset.
Yeah. But then the plane like dips sharp, like it falls, and they all go up, flying up to the ceiling. And Della's had enough. Della storms into the cockpit to see what the hell is happening.
Yeah. And to like her horror, like no one's piloting the plane.
Yeah, both seats are completely empty because Kit was in the bathroom.
Oh, and there's a sign on the bathroom that says "The Woods."
It's a joke just for him. Like,
yeah,
no, it was good. It was funny.
And yeah, a kid tries to be like, no, there's not no one piloting the plane. Croby is piloting.
Yeah. And he had the fucking crowbar just stuck in there.
I can't believe you're making me be the responsible one here. Makes me so mad. Out before you get us all killed.
Like, why not just ask Della to like spot him?
Yeah, like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or maybe wait.
Yeah. But
Della gets pissed. She's like, I cannot believe I'm the responsible one right here. Like, get away from this.
Kit tries to grab the crowbar out of her hands, insisting that she needs him to fly them to the spot. Mm-hmm. But the crowbar goes flying out of their hands and hits a little compartment. And it opens, and it opens up to reveal the map I guess he was using to find his way back to where he lost the cargo.
Mm-hmm. And so she doesn't need him for anything, really.
Yeah. And before she slams the door in his face, he tells her that she still has to pay him.
Yeah. God.
And so Kit is left outside of his own cockpit with the children.
Yes. And I just saw that, like, the calendar says May, but he wrote in B, so it says maybe now.
He doesn't even know what day it is.
No. God. And we see, like, him take, like, a moment to himself, I guess, embarrassed about what happened. Because he tries to play it off as if Della, told him basically, like, I'll fly the plane and you go teach the kids, teach Dewey about cloud kicking.
And he basically just throws Dewey to the wolves.
Yes, because we immediately get a cut to Dewey, like, in the air, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's like hanging out of the back of the plane. Kid is tied a rope to like a harness that Dewey can only hold on to. Like if he lets go, he's gone.
Yeah.
What's
What's the water version of that?
Jet ski?
Jet skiing, I think.
Is that it? It's water skiing.
Yeah. It's basically water skiing.
Except
in the air.
There's no ground.
No.
You're in the air. There's nothing supporting you. And he's just screaming.
Yeah. Like, yes, what the hell? Oh my god. And obviously, like, Huey is opposing all of this. Like, he was, since the beginning, like, no, he's not ready to even...
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, Dewey.
And then some nearby sky pirates, specifically Don Karnage, they happen to be nearby.
Yeah.
They're after Della and the kids.
Yes.
Wait, the fuck are they?
Wait. By coincidence, basically, Don Karnage spots Kit. He spots the plane. He's like, "Oh, Kit, we meet again." La 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 la. And Peg Leg Meg is like, "Captain, we're approaching the island to where Fowl paid us to go retrieve the stone." So I guess Fowl knows that it must have like washed up on the island at some point, and they told Don Karnage to go get it. So that's their job.
We're approaching the island, Captain. And like you said, Fowl is paying us a lot of money to find this mysterious stone. So, do not screw up, you screw-ups!
Yes, Pegleg Meg. Thank you for quoting me to me.
And as he's looking through a telescope, he calls, Kid his second worst enemy.
Yeah, because I guess he's like, oh, I'll leave it. Like, it's fine for another day,
Yeah. But then he sees his worst enemy, the 12-year-old boy, dangling off the back of the plane.
Yes. So then Don Karnage kind of says, oh, like these guys are clearly going after the same thing we are, like, so I have to heroically go in and get my vengeance to protect, us, Meg, and then get the stone, like, I'm super selfless. And Meg is like, sure.
yeah, not buying it for a second.
No. Do we like Don Karnage because he has beef with Dewey? And it like
what?
I don't know. It makes me laugh that he has such beef with a child.
No, it's so ridiculous. I think is Dewey the only one with like a nemesis? Like an adult nemesis?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as Dewey's dangling from this rope, like, and he's not even trying to stay on the scarf furl anymore. He's holding it in the other hand.
Yeah, because he tried, but it's a weird, like, it's not physics really, because you're supposed to be able to stand on it without holding it is what Kit does, and here like he tried to do it and immediately like was gonna lose it, so he had to grab it real fast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I think what Huey tries to yell to him it's okay to give up.
Yeah, he's telling him like, you can stop this now, like, kind of in a way like, we get your point. And Dewey's like, no, like, I love doing this, like, the freedom, the wind in my mouth, like, the sky pirates. And then that's when they realize that the sky pirates are there.
Yeah.
Stop now! No way! I love this! The freedom! The wind in my mouth! The sky pirates! Sky pirates!
Miss me?
I wanna stop now!
Like, because Don Karnage flies right up next to Dewey and tries to, like, slash at him with his sword. I just noticed that.
He does the good old, did you miss me? And, immediately, like, tries to kill him.
But Dewey actually does use the skyfoil to get away.
Yeah.
I just noticed he dodges and is able to
kind of get it under him. Yeah.
Yeah, and able to, get away from Don Karnage. But now he's panicking because he's just dangling out in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
With Don Karnage right behind him. And so Kit jumps up and, like, he slides down the rope.
Yeah.
To Dewey.
Yeah, because he tries to get him to, like, do a move. Because he tries to I don't know, he tries to tell Dewey to flip over Don Karnage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but he tells him also to spin it, which is a reference to the theme song.
Yes.
And yeah, then he's like, no, you know what, I gotta go help you.
Mm-hmm.
And he grabs onto Dewey, who's screaming.
And then so Kit's on the skyfoil holding onto the harness, and he's like, "All right, it's all good now." Until Don Karnage, flying by real quick, cuts the rope, and they're falling, they're plunging.
Because he tells Dewey to stop screaming, and then we get that comedy cut, like literal, and then he's like, "Okay, you can scream now."
Yeah, so they're just plunging to their deaths.
Jeez.
But Kit, using the airfoil, like, is able to like soften the landing. Because I mean, the airfoil acts like almost like a parachute. Like, it's able to like kind of glide down.
Yeah.
Instead of just plummeting.
Mm-hmm. And then he's able to use it basically as like skis in a sense on the water. Once they hit the ocean, he just kind of glides over it. But then he slowly starts sinking.
Yeah. And they're still moving really fast.
Yeah.
So they're moving forward really fast while also sinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess they wash up on this island fine.
Yeah. They didn't have to be underwater for that long.
No.
Yeah. And immediately as they get to the shore, Kid is like, like, that was amazing. Like, I didn't know I could still do that, because he did do some cloud kicking. It's like, and you did great too, Kid. And he can't find Dewey for a bit.
Yeah.
But
he was clinging to the back of Kid's jacket.
Yeah.
Like, and terrified, like stupor.
Oh my god. And yeah, immediately we see Della land the plane and jump down, like, oh my god, my son. Like,
and she hugs Dewey, drops him, and then thanks Kit for saving him,
but
and then punches him.
Yeah, like,
Dewey! Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. Thanks for saving my son from the danger you put him in!
Jeez. But then it's quickly dropped, because she's like, okay, let's do what we came here to do, which is to find the stone of what was.
Yeah, and they ask, they drop all that, and Kit and Della asks Kit if he knows where it fell on the island, and Kit's like, yeah, I didn't even know there was an island here, so I'm not gonna be much use to you.
Jeez.
And Della goes to punch him, but Dewey has to guide her arm back to her side. And so Huey just kind of wanders off.
Yeah.
Because this island they're on is it's like a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of wanders off further inland, and he sees a very large, very strange footprint.
Yeah. It's not anything recognizable really at all. And he's kind of like, oh, I wonder what that could be. They're really weird tracks. And Della is like, it's that kind, and they point to this animal.
Yeah, she turns Huey's head, and we see this monstrosity unto mankind. It is Rhinokey.
Yeah. Except not cute. Just
well, not even cute. Rhinokey in the one Wuzzles episode I watched was maybe my least favorite character.
Oh.
After Moose Seal, I think that's what he's fucking called. The Moose Seal combination, which is just horrendous to look at.
Yeah.
So Moose Seal was my least favorite to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Rhinokeys was my least favorite in terms of personality.
Okay.
Because he has some Tigger kind of personality going on, but not cute or charming, and also the character design is horrendous. They lean a lot more into they're all small and Care Bear kind of cute without being cute.
Mm-hmm.
And so Rhinokey is very much more like a monkey in that, and here he looks like a gorilla.
Yeah. With I guess the rhino.
Yeah, the horn
mouth,
and some of the mouth, and then the back legs.
Yeah.
And tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, he's clearly like a gorilla. He's got like the eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
And the head shape. I'm thinking the eyebrows and like the gorilla head shape in Tarzan.
And yeah, it's like pink and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of call back to the original colors, yeah?
Yes,
or,
yeah.
But yeah,
And
it's terrifying.
It's awful to look at. And I wish we kind of dwelled more on the Wuzzles.
Yeah.
Because it roars at them. And they give it like a name. Like, I think, Kit does and Della does, or...
Dewey yells out Rhinocerilla and Kit yells out Gorillasaurus. And Della's like...
Rhinocerilla's better.
Yeah, and Della's like, we'll decide what it's called later, and they run. Like they're all running.
Yeah. So we don't get Rhinokey name dropped.
Mm-mm.
And so they run from it.
I'm like, this is one of those like edgy like real what if cartoon but real thing. But like I like it here, like it works.
Yeah. It works because the overly cutesy Wuzzles thing, I mean, in itself is a bad idea. Obviously there were 13 episodes. It was a bad idea.
It ran for a couple of months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Oh no.
And so I like them taking this like this cute, extremely cutesy, two combinations of two animals, and taking it to its very literal, monstrous, and most monstrous interpretation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's fun.
And it immediately wants to kill.
Yes. And so they're running, and I think Dewey wants to somehow... He wants Kit to like throw him at the Rhinokey on the skyfoil, which I don't know why that makes any sense.
Mm-mm. Della knows it doesn't make any sense because she just grabs the foil and throws it at the Rhinokey, which makes sense. Yeah. Though like that must be a powerful throw because it like does like a cartoon like roll down a hill. Yeah,
I'm not sure if that is some sort of like a remnant of the character from the Wuzzles, like if he does that roll thing in the show, or if it's just a cartoony thing of him being knocked down the hill and rolling. Yeah. So I'm not sure. But yeah, so he rolls down and he gets his head or his horn like jammed into like a rock wall and he's stuck.
Mm-hmm. And he's doomed to starve there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And Della's like, okay, what the fuck is this thing? And Kit mentions, it's like that, the
chicken goat. Oh, what do you call it?
What, Chigoat?
Chigoat, yeah, because I said cho, and you said no.
Yeah. No, it's awful. And so he mentions this, and everyone's like, excuse me? And then he's like, never mind. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, because he's like, you from the job where nothing went wrong. Never mind.
And they just drop it again. I'm like, what? Make him explain.
Yeah, question
This is directly relevant to this horrifying amalgamation.
Mm-hmm. God.
But they don't.
No.
And again, Huey wanders off. And... and then they follow him through the jungle.
Yeah. He's that kid, the leader of the family trip. I was that kid.
Same. Yeah.
It's like we were gonna go to the zoo and I will lead you through all the animals.
Yes.
Follow me.
Yeah. Yeah, God, definitely. But Huey does not have a lot to do this episode.
I haven't been salty about it, but please know that in my heart I am upset about the season of the Summer of Huey.
The Summer of Huey that wasn't to be.
No.
But yeah, I'm not really sure why he's here. He doesn't do much.
Because I think I told Anna, I'm like, any of the other triplets or Webby would have been more interesting. Of a dynamic. Like, they would have had more to do. Like, you would have been more, like, yeah, they really should have said something else, or like they really should have done something else.
Mm-hmm.
And Huey, you can just make him the party pooper.
Yeah, because I would have liked to see him like be more actively interested in the Wuzzles, since they're technically a new species, and he'd be wondering what is this thing? How does this exist? Is it something only? Is it something just that's something that's a species that's just native. There we go.
Yes,
a species that's only native to this island. Is it maybe connected to the thing we're looking for?
Yeah,
I don't know. We didn't get him being active really in the episode. He's on.
No, he doesn't have. You couldn't say that he has the B plot. He just kind of is there. Yeah. Poor Huey.
We see that the pirates had much better luck, and I guess the stone was just sitting here.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. Well, because it's not like at the edge. I mean, the water does change.
Yeah. Since it's a giant stone, I can't imagine it washed up. So I'm guessing it just plummeted straight down and landed there. Or maybe it was moved by, because clearly the Rhinokey, other things we see might have moved it and interacted with it. But so it's right in this little like kind of cove, and the Sky Pirates found it fairly quickly.
Yes. Oh God.
Oh right. We see from above on like a cliff ledge.
Yes.
Della, Kit, Huey, and Dewey are washing.
And Don Karnage is, telling his pirates to like, okay, let's get moving. We got it. Let's get back to Foul. And he tells the big one to pick up the stone.
I remember her name because we just watched Sky Pirates in the Sky.
Yes.
It's Hardtack Hattie.
Yeah.
I remember because of the song.
I've had that song stuck in my head all through this recording.
Yep.
And yeah, she's like, I have a name.
And he's like, don't care. Pick up the stone. And she goes to pick it up as an ant is crawling across the blue Bumbelion crystal. And she is transmogrified.
Yeah, but I do kind of, I love this. I mean, Jaime makes it so funny, like Don Karnage, because he's like telling her, go, you freak of nature, go. And then, we get the transformation.
Go, you freak of nature, go! No, you freak of nature, no!
And there's a lot of screaming, and he's like, no, you freak of nature, no!
Because she is now a half woman, half ant. Like, from, like, her
like a
torso.
Yeah.
Like a centaur, yes. Like a centaur, but everything that is horse is an ant.
Yes.
A massive ant.
I hate it.
It's so terrible. I hate that I paused on this moment. And we get this extended, like, body horror.
Yeah.
That is just happening in these next several minutes as each of the pirates tries picking up the stone and is just transmogrified with some guy turns into half a snail. Where the fuck did the snail come from? Another guy, the parrot is the worst one.
Oh yeah, I think the parrot is the worst one.
So awful.
Like we get the first she gets transformed into ant. So then we get like this shot of the duck and the ducks and the kit just talking while these flashes of light occur.
Yeah.
And there's screaming happening also.
Yes, non-stop screaming.
Yeah. And so Hugh's explaining again, he says that what was once two becomes anew, the stone of what was. So he says, yeah, like it has to combine animals and other things.
And it just combines things, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's realizing this as they watch this Cronenberg body horror unfold.
Yeah.
And the pirates don't stop trying to... Like, the ones that are transmogrified are just running around screaming, and the rest of them, like, kind of keep working.
Yeah, because they like tied a rope around it.
Yeah, and
but
there's
there's the one that's like a snail, and I mean,
he just has like the snail body and shell like attached to him.
But then
his eyes are on stalks.
Yeah. But yeah, the parrot one is the worst because it's like a parrot head.
Oh, it's so awful.
Where the fuck did the parrot come from? I don't know.
Why did a parrot land while everyone was screaming? It landed on the stone.
Yeah.
And
it's
I can't do this. Where the parrot's tongue would be.
Yeah.
Is this dog pirate's head.
Yeah.
Inside this, I don't know if it's still alive, this parrot. Because you see it's like big bloodshot eye.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then there's another one.
I keep pausing on these.
Yeah, I hate looking at them. I think I told Anna that when I was watching this, it was pretty late at night. I legitimately got like spooked because I did not expect the body horror.
No, same.
And
once it started, I was like, oh no. I got like extended vibes of that scene in Gravity Falls where Bill shifts all the orifices in. Is it Preston Prescott Northwest's face?
Yeah.
And it's that one instant where everything flips and it's awful.
Yeah, it's that same. I was just kind of like, I did not expect body horror.
Not in my DuckTales.
No, especially like, it's not played for jokes, really.
No,
like for us it is obviously funny, but for them it's like the horror of being transformed into these creatures. Dude. What?
They don't fix the pirates.
They don't.
At the end, they don't fix them.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
They're left to die on this island.
My brother literally said that to me at the end of the episode. Because I always like to watch the episodes with my brother. And he's like, did they just like die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the shock, like their hearts would just give out because they've been horribly morphed into these Frankenstein horrible I can't even, it's awful.
Yeah, because like this one we see that he like,
oh my god,
is hands only.
He's only hands. Does he get combined with the other guy?
I don't know.
The other guy's gone after the flash of light.
Oh, probably then.
Because there was another guy, this pirate, that's just kind of leaning against the stone watching this horror unfold.
Yeah.
Another pirate trips and lands hand first on the stone. Flash of light.
Mm-hmm.
It's only hands.
It's hands.
It's a body with a hand coming out from under one hand and a hand where the head and neck used to be.
Yes.
How is it alive?
It's not. It's not in the sense of the... Well, it does scream, so the I don't have a mouth and I must scream doesn't really work here.
It's like the chicken with its head cut off that was still able to run around.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what's happening. It can't breathe.
No. It can't survive. And I'm scared. It's too late at night.
This is awful. And Karnage is kind of getting desensitized to it now.
Yeah. Yeah, because at first it's like, oh my god. And then he's like, stop touching it two at a time then.
Yeah. And now he's like, oh, it's cool. Like, he starts cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Like, he is broken now. This watching this unfold has broken him. He is a broken man.
Oh, calm down. It's not so bad. Maybe your half-wits will finally combine into a full wit.
Like, Karnage, your pirates are dying around you.
Yeah, I hate looking at this scene.
Everyone's just literally running around screaming or just sitting in place screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just walk straight into the ocean.
And so Del is like, okay, I'm going to climb down this rock face for a reason, I guess, to get the stone.
I guess.
Even though it weighs like a ton.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant stone bigger than any of them. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's like the size of like a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
And she's climbing down the side of this cliff face where she reaches a part that's sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like kind of webbing. And then Dewey wants to go after her?
Yeah, I guess, because Della says that there used to be 8 pirates, and now there's 4, so basically, like, I can take them, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Animorphs. I only read, like, 1 or 2 books.
Animorphs.
But like, because when you said, like, are the animals alive? Like,
are they?
I don't know, there's something about, like,
I thought the Animorph rules, because it's like the cover of the Animorphs.
Yes.
But we're in one of the middle stages.
Yeah.
These pirates got stuck in one of the middle stages.
Yeah.
They are neither fully human and they are neither fully animal.
Mm-hmm.
They are in one of the in-betweens. And
Yeah.
they are stuck forever.
Yes.
In that horrible in-between stage.
Yeah. Which, I don't know if that happened in Animorphs, but I know, like, the fear was getting stuck as an animal.
Right.
Yeah.
That's different. That's just like losing, like, your humanity. This is losing your mind.
Yeah, because that was what I was gonna say. Like, is it 2, like, I guess, souls or, like, beings competing against each other?
Oh, fuck. This is getting philosophical.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I guess, I don't know, snail and a person. But then there's the case of the 2 people?
Oh my god, yeah. And they're just hands.
Yeah.
Like, there's no brain. There's still lungs, but they can't get any oxygen.
Yeah, so I guess that's not a worry anymore, but...
I mean, there's no brain.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be able to move.
I mean, it just kind of collapses on its knees.
But we see it doing stuff later,
okay.
though. Like, it doesn't just, like, drop to the ground and start twitching, like...
I guess, like, in cartoon world, they could make it work and they would just live their lives like this.
But they don't. They definitely don't.
They don't, yeah.
If anything, Don Karnage would put them all out of their misery.
Probably, yeah. Jesus.
Because there's no, like, reversing it, is the thing. Like, the stone doesn't reverse stuff. Because we don't see any of the pirates get turned back.
No. Yikes.
Yikes and bikes. But, yeah, so Dewey wants to somehow use the sky foil to help Della, and Huey's literally begging him not to take this risk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Dewey is just determined to be the main character.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I mean, and like, we almost have something for Huey to do, like Huey trying to be the voice of reason, and like telling Dewey not to take such a needless risk.
Yeah.
And it's like we're almost kind of getting something there.
Yeah.
But then that drops very quickly.
Mm-hmm. This is a dumb, pointless risk. I'm begging you not to.
Already do sending!
Dewey, you're alive! You are craftier than even I have imagined with my superior imagination.
Like, it's not significant enough for it to matter.
No, I don't know what Dewey's plan was. Like, the airfoil, like, he dives off the side of the cliff, holding the airfoil straight in front of him.
Yeah.
And so he just plunges straight down and just falls to the ground on his face.
Yeah.
Like, he should have broken something.
Yeah, I guess because, Kit and Dewey talking about, like, Dewey going down and, I guess, talking to the pirates. I mean, they can't talk. Most of them are having a goddamn existential crisis.
Yeah. Or they don't have mouths.
Yeah. And also, like, Don Karnage would, like, try to kill you on sight.
And he does.
Yeah, and I guess, meanwhile, Kit is supposed to steal the another plane and steal the stone and leave.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, that's a great plan. And Huey's like, oh my god, this is literally stupid, and stop it. And Dewey just goes cliff diving.
Yeah, he falls straight down.
Yeah.
Like, was that what you were trying to do?
Oh god.
Because he falls straight on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And Karnage is like, oh, hey, awesome. I have just witnessed untold horrors. I will now kill you, Dewey.
And then, I guess, put all my parts out of their misery.
Yeah.
God. He's just staring at the stone, too, before he sees Dewey fall.
Yeah. He's like, how am I going to move this without being horribly transmogrified as well?
Yeah. God.
But then they both get distracted by Kit somehow. I don't know how he got over there, but he managed to get into one of the Sky Pirates' planes.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts it up and immediately crashes it into a rock.
Yeah.
Right in front of it.
It almost looks cool because you get this cool shot of him like, I got it, like I'm ready to go. Taking off and bam. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What is this? Meanwhile, Della above she's stuck to the side of the rock wall because it's like sticky with webbing.
Yeah.
And she belatedly realizes that this is weird.
Yeah, like rocks cannot be sticky. And I guess hearing their cue.
Yes. We get what's this fucking bear called? Bumble. Wait, no, not Bumble. It's Butterbear, I think.
Is it?
Let me do a quick. Yep, Bumblebear.
Bumblebear.
Butterbear.
Butterbear?
Yes, who, if you look up a picture of Butterbear, looks like a Care Bear with butterfly wings. So, because when I watched the Wuzzles, I was like, wait, which one was the bear? Uh-huh. And, like, I looked back and I'm like, holy shit. The tiny fucking Care Bear. And here it's obviously a massive grizzly bear.
Yeah.
With wings. With pink and yellow wings.
Yeah. Also, like, it roars.
Yes.
And you see, like, that, like, a horrible butterfly insect tongue come out.
It's, what is it? It has I think it's a proboscis.
Is it? I've never cared about insects enough to know.
Fun history fact about me. I used to work at a science museum. And I was in charge of, what's the word? Introducing the IMAX theaters. Like this IMAX theater movies.
Okay.
And we had one about monarch butterflies.
Oh.
And whenever I would be the one introducing and giving this and leading the guests in, I have to sit in the theater and make sure people didn't have their phones out and they weren't eating.
Yeah.
Because in the big pitch black IMAX theater, you can see everyone. If someone takes their phone out, it's like a beacon. Like, it is bright as anything. And so I'd sit in there, and I must have watched the IMAX movie on monarch butterflies at least 25 times.
Wow.
And they might have mentioned the butterflies having a proboscis.
I mean, yeah, they probably do.
No, they do. It's a butterfly thing.
Yeah,
it's how they drink or eat whatever the fuck butterflies eat. Pollen. It's bees.
Nectar.
That's probably right.
I think so. I don't know. I learned
Fuck
about
knows.
bugs at one point.
I really like of the Wuzzles, I like the Butterbear more because it's horrifying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love it though. It works though. I love this fucking like proboscis tongue thing it's got.
Yeah, I think immediately, like, when my brother saw it, he again were like, ew, like, I hate that. But it works really well.
Yeah. Because so when you say Butterbear was in, this was a cocoon.
Yes.
That Butterbear was in. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm sorry. That means that this used to be a caterpillar.
Oh no.
Oh my god, what the fuck did that even look like?
I just imagine the caterpillar from Bug's Life.
Me too. But with a bear's face?
Yeah.
I guess, right?
I think so.
Because it doesn't have extra legs or anything now.
Yeah.
So, or I mean, right? It had to have some sort of caterpillar characteristics and then like, bear characteristics.
Isn't it like a thing that they like kind of dissolve and then reform?
Yes.
Animals are wild.
It's horrifying to imagine. But it's okay. Butterbear's here now, looking A-okay.
Yeah, love it.
And we learn that Don Karnage is afraid of bears and bugs.
Yes.
And I think he thinks that Dewey or Kit like planned this?
Yeah. He's like, how did they know that I was scared of both? Okay, my guy.
And so he panics here.
Yeah.
I'm like, where was this when your crew was screaming in untold horror? And I mean, his crew is still, like, they're still going. They're still kicking. They all grab their swords and they're trying to help fight. I hate looking at the parrot one.
Same, because they're both, like, in pain, I feel like. They're both horrified.
Butterbear takes off because when he sees the threat.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just kind of flying around. She's chasing the horrible pirate monstrosities around.
Yeah. And, like, at one point, Della fell?
Or, no, I think she's on the bear's back, right? She's on Butterbear's back.
But how did she get there?
Yeah, she's been... I think, she fell off the wall and landed on Butterbear, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Pegleg Meg runs up to Don Karnage, and she's like, what the hell do we do?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, forget the bear, we need to get the stone. And like, what about your crew members?
Yeah. They don't matter. And I was like, oh my god, thank you that Pegleg Meg did not get horribly transformed.
No, yes. It was, besides Hardtack Caddy, they were all nameless pirates.
Yeah.
God. And as Butterbear is running around, like, her legs start getting tangled in, like, the ropes they tried tying to the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Butterbear bats. She hits the pirate that's only hands.
Does she?
She whacks him off screen.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Dead on impact.
He's definitely dead.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, yeah, he's dead.
Oh. I hate this episode.
She put him out of his misery. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't realize she whacks him off screen.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Claws
he's dead.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. I mean, I think like a regular grizzly bear can kill you like that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Woof. And I goes goodbye, pirate. That's only hands.
Pirates.
So Kit went.
It's
what?
It's two of them.
Technically. Fuck, it's right. Shit, it was two people in one. So Kit runs up, I guess, to try to help, but the Butterbear turns, and they just have this moment where they look at each other's eyes.
Yeah, of like connection, because they're both
thought so
bears.
Too. But then Kit's running away screaming because Butterbear wants to kill him.
Yeah, like
and it's chasing him.
That is a funny cut.
Yeah, that was funny. But again, Butterbear's leg is tangled up in the ropes, and like the rope reaches its end.
Mm-hmm.
And the pirate that's only hands is back. He was looking a little beat up. He should be dead.
Sadly, he is still alive.
Yes, sadly, he's still living. And they're advancing on Butterbear, who's getting progressively more tangled in ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Until she just takes off.
Yeah.
Straight up into the air.
Yeah, and she's managed to, like, cat's cradle the goddamn stone.
Yes.
Carries it off. God.
And Karnage yells for them to follow, but only the twisted and tormented pirates go. And then we'll see a lot of them just kind of running around screaming.
Yeah, I mean, I think even had they tried to get on the plane, Don Karnage would have been like,
No.
No.
Stay here. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
Is this the end, you think, of Don Karnage's pirate crew? Like a third of them getting turned and getting mashed together into terrible, 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 terrible monstrosities that had to be left behind.
Yeah, probably. I mean, all he has to do is show up at another, like, theater school and grab some more people.
It's true. It's true. He lost, like, 8 pirates. No, he lost 4. Oh, yeah. He had 8 originally. They lost 4.
God.
And so as everyone's scrambling to go get the stone first, and I guess Huey was taking his time to climb down the rock face.
Yeah, he's very proud of himself because he safely got down.
Yes, and now they gotta run back up and get back to the plane.
And no one, like, I was expecting Kit to, like, grab him and, like, head up. No, he's gotta do it by himself.
Yep. So we have what's this fucking bear? Butterbear up in the air with Della on her back. The sky pirates chasing them. And it's going slowly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're launching the harpoon guns.
Yeah. I think, Della tries to offer it, like, some honey.
Yeah, but like, it's that thing of, like, talking to the wild animal that does not understand.
And yeah, they get, shot at by harpoons.
Yeah, but they're missing so far.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back in the Sea Duck on the shore of the island, and Kit can't get the plane started?
No. I actually just realized that. I don't even know how that gets resolved.
It Dewey starts the plane, but, like, it doesn't make sense for Kit not to know how to start a plane. Since we've seen him flying planes, we see him in the middle of flying planes.
Yeah.
Like, he had to get the plane in the air somehow
He always
in the beginning.
keeps it running. It's been running for 10 years.
The engines are shot.
Yeah.
He has to replace the engines every week.
I mean,
That's why I can't pay the bank.
Yeah. I mean, I assumed that it was, like, something had gone wrong, which is why he couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But plane didn't crash. Like, Della just landed the plane. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
Yeah,
but
he just panicking?
I guess he's, like, yelling at the crowbar to help.
Yeah. I don't know. Meanwhile, Dewey is, like, in the middle of his action movie rescue. Like, I'm gonna go rescue Mom. I'm gonna basically telling Kit, like, you gotta hurry up, get this plane in the air so that I can, like, cloud kick and rescue Mom. And Huey's like, I've had enough. Like, oh my god, like, why can't you guys just do your own thing? You're obviously, like, bad at what you're trying to do.
Which, I mean, yeah, Dewey's bad at cloud kicking because he's never done it before, because obviously he's going to be bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's an incredibly new skill that he picked up on a whim. So, of course, he's going to suck at it right now. But it is fair, like, don't use the insane X-Sports trick you saw on a whim to try to save our mom. Like, let's stick to our strengths for the moment.
Yeah, like, why? That's not a priority to, like, show off a skill that you don't even have.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he wants to show off a skill he doesn't have needlessly for what is a very serious moment. Like, they need to go save someone.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, Dewey is convinced that he has to save her, like, in his new way. That's not, like, a boring way. Like, no, just save your mom. She's on a bear butterfly thing.
And then, Huey's telling him to fly a plane, and Dewey's like, oh, anyone can fly a stupid plane. And then Kit's like, I can't, and I'm like, fucking pardon? Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah, because, do you want me to say the conversation?
Sure.
Okay, so, Dewey's, like, in shock that this man was lying the whole time. And Kit explains that he gave up the thing that he was actually good at as a kid, which was cloud kicking, yeah. Because he thought he was expected to do something else. And so he tells, Dewey, like, if you're great at something, you gotta hold on to that, which is being a pilot. And he's, like, you're not good at cloud kicking.
So don't try.
So don't try. And yeah, Huey Huey says, you're great at cloud kicking, and you do it. You're great at flying. The thing that you are great at is special because you're the one doing it, and everyone gets motivated to do their thing.
Why don't you both just do your thing?
This is my thing. Flying straight and boring isn't gonna save Mom. Anyone can do that.
Yeah, not anyone. I can't.
What? But you're an ace pilot.
Kroby does most of the work. Listen, kid, I gave up the thing I was special at because I thought I was expected to do something else. But if you're great at something, you gotta hold on to that, because, brother, you are not great at cloud kicking.
I don't like this lesson.
No. I don't like it either. Partly because it doesn't make sense. On one hand, it doesn't make sense for Kit not to know how to fly a plane, considering he's supposedly been doing this for years.
Yeah.
For years. Like, he lost the shipment years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He went to flight school.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says that the crowbar does most of the work, and I'm like, dog, what the fuck?
Part of me went like, we already have one launch pad, and only one launch pad is allowed in the show, and how dare you make me miss launch pad? How dare you?
We're not going to see launch pad till the finale.
Fuck.
But again, like, I think with this incarnation of Kit feeling so divorced from the original incarnation, like, not even getting into the lesson yet that this episode is apparently trying to teach. Kit is introduced to us, like, when Kit meets Baloo, the first thing he tells Baloo is that he wants to be a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite an entrance, little britches.
Hey, you're a pilot!
Last I checked.
Are you good?
The best, kid. Numero uno.
Well, I'm gonna be a pilot someday.
Yeah, bet you will be, too.
The first thing he tells Baloo, at this point, Kit is running from the pirates, and as an orphan, he wants that independence of becoming a pilot, being able to go wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And it doesn't negate him from cloud kicking.
Yeah.
He still does that. And he's obviously too young then to become a pilot, but it becomes Baloo's navigator instead, and is learning from Baloo, who himself is an excellent pilot.
Yeah.
It's a major point of the show itself that he is one of the best pilots.
Mm-hmm.
As shit as he is at everything else, he is the best pilot.
Yeah, he just likes to goof off and be hilarious.
And yeah, so it felt so strange here that it's a plot point here that he felt pressured to do it when it's one of the first things we learn about him in the original series. And I mean, assumingly, people who are watching DuckTales for the first time, they will see all these references to Talespin, and then once this show's on Disney Plus, I assume it'll at the end of the episode, it'll be like, hey, go watch Talespin.
Yeah.
And they'll be introduced to this character who is obviously very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
And his motivations are different. So it didn't quite make sense that, I guess, from there, branching on to the lesson, I guess the episode is...
Yeah, because...
trying to teach or something.
Like I've said multiple times here, like, I didn't get the impression from the 7 episodes that I watched that Baloo would pressure his son to be a pilot if he didn't want to be a pilot. So it felt weird for him to say that. I'm like, what happened to this family? Because they were a family.
Yeah.
To that, that kid is struggling through this.
That he gave up, that he gave up the thing that he not only was good at, but enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then felt pressured to become a pilot.
I don't know.
I mean... So what's the lesson? The lesson that they're saying is...
The lesson
Don't try new things.
Do the thing that you're good at.
Focus on the thing that you're good at. Because the thing you're good at is special because you're the one doing it or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's saying don't try new things because you'll never be as good at them as you are at the one thing you're good at.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? What?
Okay, so I'm going to read you what the lesson is according to TV tropes.
Okay.
Because I don't believe it either.
Okay.
It says you shouldn't try to do something just because your idol does it. You feel like you're expected to do it, or you feel like it's more impressive than what you're doing now. Do something that you like doing and are good at. I don't agree. You
No.
don't have to be good at something to do it.
No.
And this is like
That's the whole matter of practice makes perfect kind of thing. But also, it's not the moment for golf. It's not the moment for Dewey to try to cloud kick.
Yeah.
It's like, no, let's be practical.
Yeah.
But this whole negating of like, don't stop trying to do it.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't know, it feels strange, especially for like a DuckTales episode, to be like, don't try.
Yeah.
Just stop trying.
This is why I say that I don't like the episode, because a lot of things hit flat, and also it terrifies me.
Yes.
But also, like, this is one of the, I think the first time that I'm like, I don't agree with the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I understand that you're saying is not something I believe we should be telling kids.
Yeah.
This is a kid's show.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, it's okay to, like, do, like, even if you don't, like, if you're bad at something, you practice, and then you get good at it. It's still okay to do something, even if how many times you do it, you never get any better. If you enjoy it, do it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do it while you're supposed to be, trying to rescue a
When
parent.
lives are at stake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like with any skill or hobby, like with like painting, knitting, drawing, writing. It's like just because you're not good, it's like don't just quit.
Yeah.
And go back to the thing like is secure and you're good at. It's like expand your horizons, try new things.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like even if you like do the thing that you're good at, there's always a chance that you realize that you're not as good at it as you thought, and that leads to a whole other crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it didn't feel, I don't know, like it didn't feel like a lesson that I would, I say lesson in quotes.
Yeah.
That I don't know, feels strange coming from the show.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching the episode and I was just like, I'm like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, like, wait.
Like, I get the lesson of, like, don't blindly, like, copy someone. Like,
yeah,
don't try this at home. But it
Yes.
doesn't combine with the lesson of only do what you're good at.
Yeah, and nothing else. Don't try new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But, they go back to doing what they're good at.
Yeah.
Which for Dewey is flying a plane, and for Kit is cloud kicking.
Yeah.
So back with Della on the Bumblebear. Is it Bumblebear? Fuck, no, it's Butterbear.
Bumblebear sounds better, though. I think
It
that's...
does. But it's Butterbear, because there's Bumbelion. I keep getting those mixed up. Because the B, the Bumblebear sounds better, but that's Butterbear.
Butterbeer.
No, not Harry Potter. So the pirates are still shooting the harpoons at Della and the Butterbear. And she almost falls off the bear.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, in original Talespin, they would have just been guns.
It should have, they would have been shooting bullets. At them. Because those pirates were hardcore. Don Karnage pulls up in front, and he has his own special, like, harpoon gun that he fires, and he does hit the stone. Like, he's the only one able to actually aim it, I guess.
Yeah.
And he does lock on to the stone. Mm-hmm. And he starts dragging it back.
Yeah. And at that point, Kit, like, I don't know, like, launches himself off of the plane.
Yeah, he's holding onto the harness on his skyfoil, and he like lands hard on the cable connecting the grappling hook to the point so that it like
disconnects from the stone, but it takes a chunk of it with it.
Yeah, but in like flinging back, it hits and destroys Don Karnage's harpoon gun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Kit's cloud kicking.
Yeah.
And Dewey is flying the plane. Yeah. And so Kit tells Dewey to hold the plane steady as he swings him around to with the crowbar, like destroy the engines of the pirates' planes.
Yeah. He is like ruthlessly just shooting these planes out of the sky, basically.
Yeah. Like, he gets up close and is like ripping stuff out, ripping parts out of the engines.
Yeah. Like jumping, flipping. We're trying to explain the action as best as we can.
And Dewey pulls up alongside Della, and she tells him to get below her.
Yeah.
And as she takes out a pocket knife to start cutting through the ropes.
Yes.
I remember when I first watched this, because obviously the stone is still tied to the bear. I'm like, Della, why don't you have a fucking knife on you?
Yeah.
And then seconds after I had that thought, she pulled out the pocket knife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. I'm sorry for doubting.
I was like, knife. And we see, like, Kid is just feeling himself. Like, he's doing flips. He, I think he gets previously recognized by Peg Leg Meg. Like, oh my god, like, that's Cloudkicker himself as she's parachuting down.
Yes, out of the plane that he destroyed.
Yeah. And, Kid and I was gonna call him Dan too. Just having this banter.
And they're like, Kid is like sword fighting him with the crowbar.
Yeah.
While like hopping from wing to wing to unbalance the plane.
Yeah. And Don Karnage makes a comment that he can't keep the plane steady with all this extra weight, and Kid is like, hey, I'm average size for a bear my stature.
Perfectly proportionate.
Yes.
And I mean, as they're fighting, Della finally cuts through the last of the ropes, and the stone falls directly on the nose of the plane, and it weighs it down so hard that it like flings Kit straight up in the air and then back down. But he holds on.
Yes. To dear life. Oh my god.
And Dewey has to balance the stone that's kind of rolling back and forth on the nose of the plane.
Perfectly
you could just let it fall in the water. Like, it's not going to float.
Yeah. But...
Oh god, but then would we get some, like, horrible deep sea creature?
Yeah.
Melding with a whale and, like, a giant squid?
Yeah. I think we talked about this when we were just talking about it. Because it was probably in the ocean for a bit.
Well, I'm assuming it landed straight on the island. Otherwise, it would have just sunk to the bottom because it's a giant rock.
Yeah, but didn't we see it land in the ocean?
Well, there were clouds and shit, I assume it landed just straight on the island.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, I mean, we would get like just horrors. I mean, sea creatures are already
it'd be horrible enough, and the stone would just make them that much worse.
But yeah. Dewey does a good job of balancing, and Huey like is very excited for him, and Dewey is like, settle down, Huey, there's no time for this.
Kit comes back to mess with Don Karnage one last time, and he does, like, with the crowbar, he like swings around and like spins. Is it the rudder?
I think, yeah, because Don Karnage is just like, why are you like cloud kicking? You're old. Stop doing it. It's pathetic. And Kid is like, because I love it and I'm good at it. Like, I'll show you. And yeah, I think it's the rudder. And he just...
Is that a thing for planes? Who knows? He does something and that spins Don Karnage's plane, and he can't control it. And he goes into like a tailspin. Yeah. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
And he plunges directly into the ocean.
Rest in peace.
He's not dead. He's fine.
Yet.
And Della lands. She's able to hop off the Butterbear. And she congrats Dewey on keeping the plane steady. And then but the Butterbear like kind of pulls up alongside them and like she pets it. And I'm like, it's a bear. That is the most dangerous animal on land.
I guess
like
the bear likes her because like
I guess
she gets a lick.
It licks her with its horrible proboscis tongue, which I imagine just like an extremely long regular bear tongue.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like that. I mean, bears are like the literally most dangerous animal. Like they are like literally. Bears are so dangerous. But she pets it.
Yeah, it's also a butterfly, so it's gentle.
No, it's not. It almost killed that pirate that was all hands. It almost killed Kit. He was like twice removed from her.
She's complex.
Sure. But everyone gets back on the plane.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
And they fly back to the hire for hire building place. And Kit loads up the Stone of What Was into their plane, which has been magically fixed.
Yes. Yeah, that's not explained. Also, I just would never touch that thing, that stone, ever.
No, oh my god, yeah. Like, you saw what it did. Like, all they put is one handle with care sticker.
Yeah,
it's like, don't touch this on pain of losing your humanity.
Yeah.
Not even pain of death. You will wish you were dead if you touch this.
God, no. Yeah. Why is the plane fine?
It should be it should be half sunk and like full of water.
Yeah.
Like a toy in the bathtub. But no.
Ironically enough, apparently the Sun Chaser toys don't make good bath toys because they fall apart.
Oh shit, really?
What an Amazon review that I read said.
Oof.
Because I guess you can like take it apart to put like a launch pad in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hold well enough to just kind of stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get a very well animated scene of not that the whole episode hasn't been well animated, but very excited Della kind of like congratulating Dewey about what he did. And Dewey declares that he already knows what his thing is going to be. Like, he's going to become a pilot, and he's going to make flying as special as he is. And Della's like, oh my god, I'm so glad it's not cloud kicking. Like, you know, like to Kit, like, no offense to you, but you're good at it. And yeah.
And Kit gives her his bill.
Mm-hmm. Which is comically long.
Yes. Yeah, it's like he typed it up on actual receipt paper.
Yeah.
And so it's like 4 feet long.
Yes. And
because he says he has to pay off the bills on his plane, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before the bank sells the plane.
But it already has.
Mm-hmm.
Someone announces off screen.
Yes. Someone that I thought was going to be a more prominent character.
What? I'm running a business! Plus, someone's got to pay the bank before they sell my plane.
They already did.
Molly Cunningham, you didn't!
I did. The Sea Duck is now part of Danger Woman's death-defying Sky Circus.
It's Molly.
So, yes, standing dramatically with her back to them. Mm-hmm. We see Molly, and she's holding the title to the deed to the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And she like leaps straight up in the air and like lands in front of them.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, implying she's like a stunt daredevil cool person because she's in the costume and everything.
Yeah. And she lets Kit know that she bought the Sea Duck and it's now going to be part of her Danger Woman's death-defying Sky Circus.
But that she could use a Cloudkicker or something?
Yeah, that she can use a new attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she basically, you know, she wants to be him to be her Cloudkicker, I guess. And he like pretends he has a lot going on.
Yeah, he like tries to play it cool.
Mm-hmm. But immediately gets scolded by Della and the boys. Like, dude, just take the job, I guess.
Yeah, take the job. Yeah, so I mean, this ending is meant to literally mirror the our introduction to Rebecca Cunningham.
Mm-hmm. I
want to say it's either the end of part 1 or the beginning of part 2 of Plunder and Lightning, where Baloo not taking the bank seriously, has his plane sold.
Yeah.
And Rebecca shows up to announce that she is the person who bought it, and that she now owns the Sea Duck, and if he wants to keep flying it, he has to work for her.
If this is how you treat customers, Buster, it's no wonder this business is failing.
Oh, back off, lady. You act like you own this place.
I do.
What?
When you didn't pay your loan this morning, the bank sold the deed to me.
And we get like a funny, and then we get, I'm so glad we get to hear Jaime Camille singing.
Yes. Honestly, so this is like such a nice shot. The colors are so, I don't know, vibrant here.
Yeah, so pretty.
He's floating on the wreckage of his plane, and he had a guitar stashed in there.
Yeah,
he's singing to himself. And it's just the shot of like, I don't know, like the colors are really nice in this scene.
It's this beautiful like magenta to like orange gradient, and then the water basically looks like purple, like lilac, and that's like one of my favorite color palettes. It's just very pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. And so he's singing about how when Fowl finds out that he fucked up, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
With his crew scattered and his enemies fled, Fowl will surely come for his head. Who would have thought of such a dreadful barrage? Is this the end of Don Karnage?
What happened to his crew? Like, is he the only one left? Well, I mean, he has the Iron Vulture somewhere, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just that he's like, I'm not gonna survive to see them because they're gonna goddamn kill me.
Yeah, Fowl's gonna kill me for fucking this up. But he sees floating on a piece of debris near him is the piece of the stone of what was that he was able to yank out with the harpoon gun.
Yeah. And so, is this the end or the beginning of an encore, is what he says.
The episode ends with him laughing maniacally.
Yeah, as he holds up the stone.
Yeah, the piece of the stone. Mm-hmm. And that will be relevant later. I'm glad it was relevant in a pretty big way. So, yep, and that is the end
of this episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say that we haven't already said?
We have a good number of questions that might touch on stuff.
Okay.
We have said or have not mentioned yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we will move on to questions. I think we have a decent amount of them on Twitter.
Okay.
So from Benny Botros, what do you think happened to Baloo?
I don't know. Like, they talk about him like he's passed away.
Yeah, like he's dead. Let's say he is at a spa sipping daiquiris with Rebecca Cunningham.
Yeah, I prefer that.
They're retired.
Then Kit, go talk to your dad about these issues that you've imposed upon yourself.
Yes.
Talk things out with him.
Let's see. From Turtle Duck Dog 1, do you feel this episode works where it is in the episode order for the season? Do you wish there had been more adventure-like episodes like this? Did you want more Molly? So first, I guess, how does the episode work in the order for the season?
I actually think it works. Just because they actually talk about Fowl and, like, a missing mystery.
Yeah, and that the missing mystery is significantly relevant to the finale.
Yeah. So, yeah. What was the rest of the question?
Do you wish there had been more adventure episodes like this? And did you want more Molly?
I mean, have we been missing adventure episodes?
Episode before this was Beaks in the Shell. Before that was Christmas episode. Before that was Fight for Castle McDuck. So maybe.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah. I guess I still haven't really gone back and watched all of season 3 like at once.
Same.
So it feels weird. But maybe, yeah. I know I did for sure want more Molly, like...
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know her like that. And yet, I thought... I don't know.
Yeah, I thought since we got her name dropped in the first 3 minutes, approximately, that she would show up like halfway through.
Yeah.
She was pushed to the very end in order to, I mean, to give us the Rebecca Cunningham parallel from the original Talespin.
That's the thing. I think I told Anna that, like, if they wanted to do the parallel, why didn't they just redo, like, just give us Baloo and Rebecca?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there was, like, I mean, the show was Baloo, so, I mean, they clearly could show him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder, I mean, was there something else keeping them from actually featuring him in the episode as a character?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, from Aaron Tarpey. How did you guys like Kid Cloudkicker in this episode? It's part of the question. I think we've talked a bit about that.
I think at the end of the day, I found him a little bit, like, irritating. In the sense that I'm just like... Even me, I'm like, I don't know, like, who is this person?
Yeah, I mean... I feel like they were trying to do, like, a Baloo 2.0.
Yeah.
And, I mean, which could work in theory if... I guess not, because we do have, I mean, Kit as an existing character. And if you were to look back, I mean, I saw in Succession about 16 episodes, and in all of them, Kit is... It's again with the joke that Kit is meant to be the more responsible one. To Baloo's... Yeah. Like, irresponsible kind of being a quote-unquote bad dad.
Yeah. It's carryover from the Jungle Book in the sense that I always saw it, like, as a kid, you see the fun parent and then the serious parent. That was, like, the thing with Baloo and Bagheera. That was, like, the fun parent and then the more serious parent. And, yeah. I don't know, like... disappointed.
Oh no, yeah. They start us off with a kid who is basically where Baloo was in the very first episode, a Baloo with no responsibilities, or with responsibilities, but not. I mean, not treating them seriously.
Yeah.
And suffering because of that.
And I don't know. It felt like to repeat it felt weird because the characters that you're like imposing the repeat on, they don't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work. And it felt, I don't know, it felt weird to hear Kit say, like, oh, you know, like, certain things were imposed upon me. And it's like, I don't think those things would have been put on you by the person that you're saying put them on you. Like, if you started off where, you know, you and Baloo started off in Talespin, then what the hell happened?
Yeah. To make you regress to a proto-Baloo.
Yeah. And if you didn't, then it's like, I don't know, I guess the show didn't do enough distancing for me in other reboots for me to be like, okay, then we're restart. I mean, I guess Darkwing, but I don't know. I was like, this is one of the first times the whole episode didn't work for me.
Same, yeah. Except for the Don Karnage parts.
Yeah. But that just, like, his delivery is also very fun, and... Yeah, I don't know.
This next part of the question. If you guys have rewatched episodes of Talespin, what was your favorite episode or character?
I really liked the father-son angst moment that you showed me that I cannot remember the name that we mentioned before.
Stormy Weather.
Yeah. Because a lot of cartoons are kind of like, they're not that deep in a sense, you know? But so it was kind of like, oh wow, like they really went there. And I thought, like, you know, the resolution was sweet and it was like a complex moment. Like, it was a good episode. And I was like, okay, then wow, Talespin did that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm someone who really likes first episodes and pilots, so I really like Plunder and Lightning. And I also really like, besides Stormy Weather, The Old Man and the Sea Duck, I think is what it's called. And it's a really good Baloo episode. But really, I think a lot of the episodes are really solid, so you can really just obviously watch Plunder and Lightning first to get introduced to all of the characters.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean, just move forward. It's a really good show. And they continue. Frank mentioned something about what happened to the original Don Karnage. Do you think Baloo's disappearance had something to do with it? Yeah, because I know Frank Angonis, or maybe even the director of the episode, Tanner Johnson, were talking about, I think, potential ideas for the episode.
Yeah.
And one of them being that Don Karnage was the second.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's like a father-son thing or a Dread Pirate Roberts thing.
Like a title thing.
And even like, I mean, Don is a title.
Yeah,
so that could work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is his name Don, or is it, like Don Karnage?
I assumed it was Don, because even in the original, Don Karnage had like a vaguely
very
Spanish, Portuguese thing going on.
Yeah, it was very much a Don. I don't know, listening to them not listening to them talk, but reading them discuss that, I'm just like, why didn't that happen?
I would have liked to see that.
Yeah.
No, the idea of, obviously we have our current Don Karnage, but if they were introduced like the original Don Karnage, and maybe he looks even more like the original Talespin's Don Karnage, and he was the first. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely an interesting concept, but obviously this episode doesn't explore it. Let's see, from Fandom Geek 2323. Before this, I never watched Talespin, so if you do you have any memories of Talespin at all?
I mean, mine are just watching them with you in your apartment.
I originally watched Talespin when I first watched DuckTales and Gargoyles and Darkwing back in 2010-ish, when these shows were all on YouTube for free because copyright wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah, back when you can also watch like anime in like 4 parts.
We watch full movies in 4 parts and everything before copyright went in and swept the land dry. I watched bits of Talespin. I didn't like it as much as DuckTales or Darkwing or Gargoyles, which I watched all of. But I've really come back around to it.
Yeah.
I think my memories of it are just of having watched it and being kind of introduced to. I remember being like, this is Jungle Book? I remember being confused. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah, I remember I think one of my memories is just you saying, oh yeah, there's a band episode. So I was like, oh, we gotta watch the band episode.
That's right, the band episode. I can't remember what it's called, but the whole reason it's banned is because at several points in time there is a bomb on a plane.
Yeah.
And nobody knows but the person who gave them the bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb does eventually explode, not on the plane.
Yeah.
But just having a bomb on a plane. Was in 1990 reason enough to ban it.
Yeah. It wasn't as scandalous as the banned Darkwing Duck episode.
Yeah, where Gosling makes a deal with the devil.
Yeah. That's
we
wild.
never finished the episode because we got bored.
Yeah, we were just I don't know if it was we got bored, but we were we're not mentally there to watch this episode at the moment. We're not there to get the experience. Yeah. I was just like, okay, Talespin. I'm gonna watch another cartoon that Anna told me to watch.
And I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Let's see, from Susie QC. How do you think Kit became less responsible as an adult than he was as a child? In Talespin, he was usually the voice of reason in his relationship with Baloo. Did losing Baloo make Kit try to fill the void by emulating him more than he would have normally? Or do you think it was a natural progression of his character? No to the second part.
I'm just making a bunch of hand gestures.
I mean, that could work. I mean,
yeah.
If Baloo died, and so Kid is he regressed to this out of some sort of grief.
Yeah, that works also in the sense that there wouldn't be Baloo to tell him, like, you don't need to do these things. Like, I don't expect these things from you.
Yeah, feeling pressured to become the pilot since Baloo's gone.
Yeah.
Even if they had just, like, brought that little bit in, that Baloo had, I guess, insinuating that Baloo had passed away is a little bit much.
Just like, you know, where they have the TV in the window, like a little, like, altar, like a little photo and a candle. That would have been enough.
I guess, yeah. Like, implying it for older viewers.
Yeah.
But kids won't get it.
God. Their first,
or they might. I know altars are a thing for a lot of different cultures, so they might know. Any non-white culture might know.
Yeah. The kids are like, wait, first of all, who's Baloo? Oh, and he's dead now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would have made a lot more sense than...
Yeah. Mystery. But again, I don't know if they can imply that Baloo is dead. They're probably not allowed to do that.
Probably not.
But that is also all of our Twitter questions.
Okay. So we go to Tumblr for our next questions. We have a question from an author who asks, what do you think of Frank saying on Twitter that this is not the original Don Karnage, and do you think that means the idea that he mentioned back in season 1 that the Sky Pirates are the kids of the original Sky Pirates is now canon?
Oh, I didn't know he said that.
Me either.
I mean, yeah, I think similar to what we said, if this is like a Dread Pirate Robert situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. I think that would have been a fun idea to explore.
Yeah.
Because I really like the idea of also Don Karnage being in that flight school.
Yeah. Oh shit, he was their rival.
Yeah, like, I don't know, that's fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of this, like, I don't know, one-sided hate.
Yeah, because that's right, yeah, we never learn why he hates Kit so much.
Yeah.
Besides that Kit doesn't let him steal from him.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, does Don Karnage need a reason? I think he would also just like to have...
Yeah, he's just adding up all these nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Comment from Of Dreams and Doodles, who tells us that we probably missed a reference in Ghost in the Gizmo Cloud. Yeah, that they think that Gandra's supersuit is a Tron reference, which would make sense, I think. Yeah.
It doesn't quite look like the Tron suits.
No? I don't know.
No. I mean, the Tron suits all have, either the original 80, I think Tron was 82, the original Tron, and those suits are all white or I think all black with very distinct lines throughout them.
Mm-hmm.
Even the newer ones, I would say, don't quite look like them.
No.
Let me quickly look up what the newer ones look. I've only seen half of the reboot Tron.
Why half?
I got bored. It's not a good movie. Yeah, they have very distinct, like colors and lines, and like, because the suits are either solid white or solid black with very distinct, like, geometric lit up lines.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's referencing that.
Is it?
I'm looking back at the 1982 outfits.
Okay.
And, they don't quite look like what Gandra's wearing, but I guess the general shape could be a reference to Tron. I will submit maybe. So I don't know.
I'm like, now I don't even remember what Gandra was wearing. Oh yeah, they look so different, the aesthetic from the original movie to...
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like the 82 more.
Same.
It's more retro, it's fun.
I still don't know what Tron is about, but okay.
They get sucked into a video game, and they play a video game.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay.
I also watched some of Tron 1982 and got bored.
God, okay. Next question.
Okay.
We have a question from Hairbrain Scheme who says, First off, big congrats to Faby for graduating with not 1 but 2 degrees.
Hell
Go
yeah.
out and kick some ass. Thank you. Secondly, after seeing more of proud protective Mama Della, how likely is it for a junior league hockey match between Duckburg and St. Canard to end in a parents' fist fight in the parking lot? I feel like that would be likely.
Yes.
Yes. God, my brother used to play soccer, and the amount of adult people that were willing to fight teenagers playing soccer is insane. I don't know why you, sir and ma'am, are willing to fight the opposing goalie to your son's team. He is a 16-year-old boy and you're a 30-something-year-old man.
What
that
the
happened
fuck?
multiple times. Yeah, was the goalie a little shit? Yeah, he was. But still.
You don't beat up a child, though.
No.
Wow.
God. Okay. And, thirdly, how would you rate Don Karnage singing and songwriting abilities?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Jaime Camila is like a trained opera singer.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah. It's funny to me that Don Karnage has guitar in his
Yeah,
plane.
it's in his plane. Like, it's an essential.
Yeah.
In case he gets stranded, so he has something to do.
We have a question from Anonymous.
Butterbear. I remembered her name.
Butterbear asks, if there could only be one DuckTales 17 spin-off series, what would you want it to be? And then they say, personally, I go with Justice Ducks.
Oh, Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, it's Darkwing Duck.
It's Darkwing. I mean, they could incorporate Justice Ducks in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Darkwing Duck has, the most potential for spin-off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So much is set up. Like, I know why they never addressed Negaduck again, but it's still so funny to me that I will be back.
Like, he has this insane, like, cliffhanger ending, and we never see him again. He got dysentery in the sewers.
Yeah, I'm like, he's still hanging around in the sewer.
But no, a Darkwing Duck spin-off is, I think if we were to get a spin-off of anything, it would be that. Because Darkwing hasn't adopted Goslin yet, and Negaduck's still in the sewers. The Justice Duck still haven't been formed.
Yeah.
Which is like the second biggest bummer for me, considering how it feels like they were setting it up.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a conversation for another day.
That's a conversation for the finale, probably.
Yes.
But thank you all for sending in questions.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is all for us. We have a TeePublic store that often goes on sale if you want to check that out. I am every so often uploading new designs.
Yeah. Thanks for anyone who's bought stuff. It's insane to me every time we get that someone bought something email.
Yeah, I get so excited, and I immediately check to see what someone bought.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you bought something from our store, definitely tag us. I mean, let us know. We want to know that you got it, that you liked it. So you can tag us on Twitter at AmorosPatos.
You can also find us at Tumblr if you want to send in questions, comments at amorespatospodcast.tumblr.com.
If you don't have a Twitter or a Tumblr, you can message us at our email at amorespatospodcast@gmail.com. We have a Patreon now.
Yeah.
Our tiers are very low. We have a $1 tier in which you will get a shout out on the episode. A $3 tier, which will give you access to our if you want to keep listening to us talk, an extra podcast that we'll have about half-hour-long episodes discussing basically whatever subject we choose.
Yeah.
Most likely movies, but...
Yeah, movies. I'll probably talk about wrestling at one point.
Yes, wrestling. And yeah, just whatever strikes our fancy.
Yeah.
And then we have a $5 tier, just if you want to really help us out. There aren't really any more... There aren't so far there aren't any additional perks.
Yeah.
to the $5 tier. But just if you really want to help us out, we really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank Michael at Spintrick for our lovely cover art. And spin it, amigos.
Spin it, amigos.